Well, let's see. Everybody's got a bucket list for the week, and my bucket list was pissing Frosty off, which I was able to get done in less than 45 minutes.
You're lucky we fixed that. We got our first win of the day on that break. We finally got the live stream back up and running in our 3 minutes in between when we get to 6 days.
I'm looking at this ad as you're talking. It says, if your cat vomits, do this every day. Well, everybody's cat vomits. I mean,
my cat hasn't vomited. You shut your mouth. She hasn't coughed up any hairballs yet. She's just a beautiful little kitty.
You need a puppy.
I don't need a puppy. He's the enemy, by the way. I've got a story.
We've got Moto, by the way, from Oklahoma Taxpayers United in studio with us.
Moto's hanging out today. I've got a story. He tried to sabotage me.
Never.
He tried.
He's got some cute puppies, man.
Stephanie wanted one. The gal pal wanted one, and I had to call her and be like, "You're not getting an effing dog." Like, I was so mad. I'm like, "You are not getting another dog." She's like, "But Frosty, she's so good at little pouty voice whenever she wants.
She's very good at that, and I'm on her side.
No, I don't need another animal. I've got a cat. I've got a dog. That is more than I want.
You've got me.
Yeah, exactly. You're worse than both of them. You're not even potty trained. I don't want any of these. But Moto was giving away a dog on Facebook, and Stephanie was sending me the pictures and stuff for it. I'm like, no, you don't need a dog, whatever. And then I noticed it was Moto. I'm like, oh no, he will bring that dog over before we even tell him yes or no, and just be like, look at the dog, look at the little puppy, look at the little pupper.
Once Stephanie holds a puppy,
oh
you're
my
done,
God, it's over. It's over.
I'm still giving away dogs on Facebook, by the way.
Yeah, promote it. I don't care.
Are they full? Are they full?
Everybody inbox Frosty.
Don't you dare. Just message Oklahoma Taxpayers Unite and just ask about free puppies.
Yeah.
You should make a post. Message me about free puppies.
Those are the sweetest puppies too. They really are, and they've got great parents. I know the parents. So, Steph, I'm on your side, babe.
We don't need another dog. I also don't want another pit. I want a tiny dog, itty bitty dog.
They're tiny right now.
I know, but they won't be forever.
You know, I think that Frosty, it would be very good for your relationship to have another dog, because here's the deal: the more dogs you have, the more babies you have for her to love on, then she's not going to be asking you to.
That's not how it works. That is not how. Because here's what happens. Okay, we have our two right now, and she looks at them and she sits there and her little baby maker goes, "I want a baby. Look how cute these guys are. I want a real baby." And then she thinks that she can fix that by let's just get another dog and it'll be great. But what's going to happen is we're going to get another dog. It's going to be this tiny, cute little bundle of fluff. She's going to love it for a week, and then she's going to be like, oh, it's so tiny and cute. Babies are tiny and cute. And then it's going to be right back to the same thing. Then I'm stuck with 2 dogs and a cat.
You know the great thing about having a baby?
What?
The fun of making one.
I don't want the responsibility after.
No, I don't think you need a baby right now. But a new puppy?
No puppies. I'm good. I've got my one, and I didn't even want the cat. But I've got a cat now, too. I've got a dog and a cat. I don't need anything else.
We need an eagle.
Ooh. I don't know where that is, but we don't need anything. Todd has a bird.
I do have a parrot. I do have a bird, and his name is Reagan.
It's weird.
My bird is not weird. He just happens to bark. If the dogs bark, my bird barks. If I talk, my bird talks.
Not even the bird itself. Bird owners are weird. Moto, have you ever noticed that? Bird owners are just strange people.
Not falconry people. They're awesome.
They're more strange than everyone else. They literally take their animal and put a blindfold on it so they can put it back home. I don't know.
How did we get on a topic?
We got lost a little bit here, but bird people are weird.
I'm just trying to help Moto home a puppy at the Frosty the Snowflake house.
No, they can message Oklahoma Taxpayers Unite if you want a puppy.
Or you can hit me up on Facebook and I'll tell you how to get one.
There you go.
Okay.
No more puppies for me.
I'll help you. How many do you have left?
I got 6 left.
How many did you have to begin with?
6.
Oh, you have given away none.
Okay.
No, I just posted that one video. Stephanie was my first customer. So.
Of course she was. She jumps on that stuff, man. She didn't even ask me. She's like, oh my gosh, puppies. I'm like, no.
They are so cute.
No puppies.
They are so cute.
No.
Yeah, I think that'd be good for you.
No, 2 animals are more than enough. I wanted to stop at 1.
This coming from the guy that thinks Joe Biden is a genius.
I should get a hold of Donald Trump. He needs a dog, right? He's the only president that doesn't have a dog. Is that right?
I don't think he likes dogs.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about Donald Trump that we disagree. I don't think the president likes dogs. I mean, I think Barron needs a puppy. Don't you?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay. let's contact the White House today and say, listen, Moto's got some puppies, and Moto is a huge Donald Trump fan, and we think Barron needs a puppy.
Do I just call 911 and tell them I need to connect to the White House?
No, you don't
Do I
do
just
that.
frantically
No,
ask
you
them what
don't.
year it is and then say I need to speak with the White House?
No, you don't do that.
No, this is 911. What year is this?
Alexa, call the White House.
There's Alexa right behind you. You better watch out.
Oh, you
Yeah,
just
she's gonna
now,
try.
Now she's gonna
Now
try.
Alexa's gonna try. Now everyone else's Alexa's gonna do it too.
Yeah. So now the White House switchboard is going to be completely
You mean Chad Whitehead?
Okay.
Alexa
asking
quiet.
All right.
Sorry, what's the full name?
Alexa stop.
That's it. Yeah, That's
There
it.
you go.
That's the one.
Okay.
You can't just tell her quiet. She'll
Alexa,
just
shut the blank up. All right, boy, this has
Sorry,
been
I
one.
didn't find a device named blank.
Sorry, I didn't find a device named blank. Todd, you're bad at technology.
I'm terrible. I admit it. No good, terrible, very bad at technology, but that's okay. This whole hour has been just like our Monday has been not typical. This has not been a typical Monday. And you know
No,
what?
it's
You know what?
crazy.
This is our first full week in quite a while.
Yeah, really. I was just thinking that it's the first week we have without a day off in the middle.
I was down the hall, Joe Friday, and I were like, it's Monday. And he's like, yeah, it's Monday. And it's our first full week in a long time. And I said,
Man,
yeah.
Just think about how productive everyone would be. I'm such a big fan of like the 4-day work week.
I am
that they're
too.
Pushing in other countries.
I am
that's
too, yeah.
Such a I love it so much.
Now, if you had a chance, would you get rid of Monday or would you get rid of Friday? I'd get rid of Monday.
I don't care.
I'd just say Monday is the day.
Well, then Tuesday would be the worst. I get rid of honestly like Wednesday.
No, I don't want the day
I
off.
do like 2 on, 1 off, 2 on, 2 off.
I don't know. I
You
kind of
imagine
like,
just having a hard break in the middle of the week, just like, just go home, relax for
that is true.
after you worked your 2 days, 2 days on the radio, Wednesday off, 2 days on the radio, weekend.
Frosty for labor commissioner.
Exactly. We're gonna institute that.
Yeah. hell of a
Leslie
lot.
Osborne's in a lot of trouble.
Be a hell of a lot better than what we just elected.
Is she in trouble?
Mhm.
Has she done anything yet? Put her in trouble?
I mean,
I didn't vote for it.
I mean, I know we don't like her, but has she done anything to get herself in trouble? No.
depends on if your last name is Inman.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so it's
Todd.
6:58 here at the Eagle.
Oh no. No one's gonna get that joke either. Like no one.
No, that's why we're
no
just
one's
letting it.
gonna
That's
know.
why we're just continue, and we're walking,
All right.
and we're walking.
What a day.
So far, we've got some Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez audio for you coming up after the break as well. Phone number 405-608-4377, 405-608-4377. This is the Tod Tucker Show, 1640, the Rock and Roll Eagle, KZLS.
Over 20 years ago, Alex Jones created the media platform called InfoWars, and in the decades since, it's grown into a truly remarkable institution with over 200 radio affiliates, tens of millions of unique website visitors monthly, and a 24/7 live news TV channel broadcasting from state-of-the-art studios in Austin, Texas. InfoWars has become the most trusted independent news source in the country, dedicated to delivering breaking news, live coverage of special events, and exclusive reports you won't find anywhere else. While the old guard media struggles to maintain supremacy in a landscape rocked by innovation and technology, InfoWars has been at the forefront of the information revolution. From 8 million radio listeners, over 2 million YouTube subscribers, or the billions of views of our online content, InfoWars proves dominant in every facet of media we enter. For the hardest-hitting reports, uncompromising analysis, for high-profile interviews and bombshell revelations, accept no substitutes. Demand truth. Demand InfoWars. InfoWars. Tomorrow's news today.
This is undoubtedly the most important broadcast we've ever done.
Has told BBC News that 4 soldiers have been arrested and a 5th is still on the run. The group seized the country's public radio at 4:30 a.m., calling on the country's youth to take to the streets and on politicians to meet at the National Assembly. President Ali Bongo, who suffered a stroke in October during a trip to Saudi Arabia, has been recovering in Morocco, and the lack of communication on his well-being has fueled rumors in the country on his ability to rule.
That's the BBC's Louise Dumas. Moshe Aarons, a former Israeli defense minister, as well as a foreign minister and an early political mentor to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, died earlier today. He was 93 years old. News and analysis at townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Britain is testing how its motorway and ferry system would handle a no-deal Brexit by sending a stream of trucks from a regional airport to the port of Dover.
The tests are intended to gauge how severe the disruption would be if Britain leaves the European Union on March 29th without an agreed-upon withdrawal deal. It's expected that an abrupt departure without a deal would lead to the introduction of tariff and customs barriers that would slow fast-moving ferry and rail traffic that links Britain to continental Europe. There are concerns of major traffic jams leading in.
That report from correspondent Jeremy House. German investigators have searched the apartment of a witness in their probe of an alleged hacking case that saw hundreds of politicians and celebrities' private information posted openly online. The Federal Criminal Police Office says.
KZLS Enid, Oklahoma City. Dave Ramsey here.
I'm Alex Jones, inviting you to listen on AM 1640.
The Eagle. Listen to me, Joe Pags, and hear the truth.
ONN News, I'm Shani Carey. Authorities in Cache say 2 people are dead following a shooting yesterday that also left a sheriff's deputy wounded. Comanche County Sheriff's deputies responded to reports of a possible homicide at a house. They found 1 person dead, 1 wounded. Authorities have identified a possible suspect who fired multiple shots, striking a deputy in the shoulder. Investigators say the suspect was shot and died at the scene after setting fire to the house. Guthrie police are investigating a shooting that left 1 dead and another hurt. They were called to a house yesterday on a domestic dispute where they found a woman's body inside the house. She had been shot. In the front yard, they found a man who'd been shot in the leg. He was taken to a hospital. Oklahoma City police are also looking into a shooting that left 1 man dead. It happened yesterday outside an art gallery and events venue. It happened after 2 men got into a confrontation. Police say a driver waved him down. That's when officers found them.
Dr. Britt Vaughn and her staff at Bethany Animal Hospital are encouraging people to save animal lives by spaying and neutering companion animals and feral cats. They're offering 20% off all spay and neuters the last week in February. Call Bethany Animal Hospital, 787-1222, or stop in at 4312 North Council Road. Bethany Animal Hospital. We treat your pet like our family.
No matter who we are or where we come from,
We all experience difficulties in life.
Military veterans know that sometimes it takes strength and determination to make it through.
Whether it's obvious physical challenges or struggles on the inside, it takes strength to ask for help when you need it.
I knew that I had to get support, not just for me, but for the sake of my wife and kids.
Talking about it has helped me feel more like myself again.
Honestly, it was hard to open up at first, but it's changed my life for the better.
Learn how veterans like us have reached out for help. And hear stories of strength and recovery at maketheconnection.net.
They'll challenge your authority. They'll try to break your will. They'll push you to the edge of your sanity. Because that's what kids do. But this car is your territory, not theirs. Defend it. Who makes the payments? Who cleans it? Who drives it? You do. That's who. And in here, your word is law. So when you say you won't move until everyone's buckled up, you won't budge an inch. Until you hear that click. Never give up. Safety Administration and the Ad Council. For more information, visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup.
From high above the Northwest Expressway in Oklahoma City, in a flashing object resembling a UFO, it's the Tod Tucker Show on 1640 The Eagle.
Hello, everybody. Tod Tucker here. 405-608-4377, 405-608-4377. The morning from Hades.
I'm going to tentatively say everything should be fixed now.
We had some issues with our Facebook stream. Frosty got stuck in traffic. My printer won't work. It's just like
one of those
days.
I'm still freezing up on the OTU media feed. So.
Yeah, Moto's still freezing up on his feed. It's one of those days. We're pretty excited to be here though anyway, and hope you're having a better Monday than we are.
On the bright side, if you're watching on Facebook Live, we do have a much nicer camera.
We do, thanks to Frosty the Snowflake.
We had to impromptu set up the camera.
Man, I'll tell you what. I didn't, and people are asking, "Are you guys? What's the deal? What's the deal? You guys are not on. What the?
Technical difficulties. I don't know. Everything is exploding in the studio. I don't know. I don't know.
It takes a village to make a broadcast.
Something like that. Usually, it takes two people.
Usually,
one who talks, one who knows how things work.
But today we've had the boss. We've had you. We've had Moto, and then I've been trying to stay out of your guys' way.
Yep. That's it.
Okay, so Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she says President Trump is a racist. I don't know what she's basing this on. I haven't heard the president say anything that's racist. I mean, I've heard him say that we've got some bad people coming across the border, but that's fact. That's not racist. Even a lot of my Latino friends will say we've got some bad people coming across the border. But Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the darling of the Democratic Party, man, I'll tell you what, they had to have her on 60 Minutes, and she was on with Anderson Cooper, America's #1 homo.
I don't think you can say that.
I just did.
Oh, okay. What do I know? Okay.
What am I supposed to say?
Anderson Cooper,
Anderson
Cooper.
Anderson Cooper, America's #1 homosexual.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, is that better? Here's Anderson with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, cut 5.
Because I think he's a symptom of a problem.
What do you mean?
The president certainly didn't invent racism, but he's certainly given a voice to it and expanded it and created a platform for those things.
Do you believe President Trump is a racist?
Yeah, no question.
How can you say that?
When you look at the words that he uses, which are historic dog whistles of white supremacy, when you look at how he reacted to the Charlottesville incident where neo-Nazis murdered a woman versus how he manufactures crises like immigrants seeking legal refuge on our borders, it's night and day.
In response, the White House Deputy Press Secretary told us Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez's sheer ignorance on the matter can't cover the fact that President Trump supported and passed historic criminal justice reform and has repeatedly condemned racism and bigotry in all forms.
Okay. Lowest African-American and Latino unemployment in American history. Lowest Asian unemployment in American history. We've got people going to work. People that haven't been able to go to work are going to work now. So how's that racist? Sweeping criminal justice reform, letting people out of prison, people that have committed crimes that are very that are nonviolent offenders. They're being let out of prison. How's that being racist? I mean, I don't get it. Where does she get her logic? Or is there any logic? I don't think she's got any logic.
First openly gay cabinet member.
Okay, first openly gay cabinet member in the Trump administration. I don't see how that's racist or homophobic or xenophobic or misogynist or any otherist. Let's go ahead and roll this one more time because I think it's very telling about what her motives are. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on 60 Minute with Anderson Cooper. Is that better, Frosty? There you go.
Because I think he's a symptom of a problem.
What do you mean?
The president certainly didn't invent racism, but he's certainly given a voice to it and expanded it and created a platform for those things.
Do you believe President Trump is a racist?
Yeah, no question.
How can you say that?
When you look at the words that he uses, which are historic dog whistles of white supremacy, when you look at how he reacted to the Charlottesville incident where neo-Nazis murdered a woman versus how he manufactures crises like immigrants seeking legal refuge on our borders, it's night and day.
In response, the White House Deputy Press Secretary told us Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez's sheer ignorance on the matter can't cover the fact that President Trump supported and passed historic criminal justice reform and has repeatedly condemned racism and bigotry in all forms.
Ocasio-Cortez, what la-la land is she living in? That's what I'd like to know. Symptomatic? Symptomatic of what? I think you're a symptom of stupid, Ms. Cortez. A symptom of ignorance.
We got Cliff on the phone. He is in. Cliff, where are you at? Madill?
Madill.
Oh, there we go.
I'm traveling through Madill.
What's going on, Cliff? How are you, sir?
Oh, pretty good. I don't think the Democrats have a teaspoonful of brains combined amongst all of them up there.
I would have to agree with you 100%, Cliff. This one, that one in particular, not a brain cell.
And then you add Pelosi and her ignorant remarks. I don't know.
Well, and what about this new Muslim darling in the Congress that said that we're going to impeach the mother blanker?
Well, I just want to thank the American people for giving that idiot the gavel back.
Well, and thank you, people in the 5th District. By the way, Candace Horney, she voted for Ms. Pelosi to get the speakership back.
Yeah, what a nightmare.
Yeah, I have a feeling that that we're in for a lot of fun the next couple of years. A lot of gridlock.
Oh, another one of my favorites is Maxine Waters thinking that Russia was invading Korea.
Oh yeah, Russia's invading Korea.
Yeah. She was
Maxine Waters. Cliff, these people give us, to be in the line of work that we're in. These people give us more material. It is like, in fact, it's almost scary because these people are actually in positions of power.
Well, it is scary because these are people that's telling us how to live our lives, and they have no clue about real America. They live on this little island of their utopia, and then they're telling us how to live our lives. It's scary.
Yeah, and the key is they're telling us how to live our lives. They're not. They don't represent freedom. They represent oppression.
Not one bit of freedom.
They don't believe in freedom. They don't believe in the Constitution. They don't like the Constitution. In fact, they despise the Constitution and what it stands for. They despise it. They despise us. That's the way that is. They want to talk about the hate-mongering president. They absolutely despise us, and they despise him. I have never in my lifetime, and people go, oh, but people were so racist over Barack Obama. No, they weren't. No, I've never seen it. There was never any. In fact, the media just fell all over themselves every time Barack Obama's name was mentioned. I mean, it was like their erotic dream to say the word Barack Obama. And anytime, have you noticed now they're wanting Michelle to run for president? Have you seen that?
Yeah, I guess popularity is, how should I put it? How did Pelosi put it? Popular.
Yeah, popularity is popular.
So popular people that have no experience other than, well, my husband was a president.
Yeah.
Is now qualified to be president.
Well, just ask Hillary how that went over. How'd that work out for her? No, Michelle Obama, no question, is a lot more popular than her husband and a lot more popular than Hillary and probably more popular than the majority of people in the Democratic Party, but that does not make her qualified to be president.
She's got more balls than her husband.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question about it.
Will that make her the first transgender president?
Well, sure, because she was the first transgender first lady.
The last time, Michelle Obama.
When whatever her name is,
She is a wonderful, great woman.
Michael and I also want to. Michael and I. When Michelle's mad.
That doesn't mean anything, okay?
Oh, enough
just
said.
A slip of the tongue.
Enough said.
How many times did he slip his tongue in that conversation there?
And once or twice. It happens. It's a little Freudian slip.
Yeah, I mean, Cliff, I'm sure you've accidentally called your wife a man's name, right?
Maybe an ex-wife's name. Did not go over very well.
I'm sure it did not. Cliff, thanks for the phone call. Appreciate you, buddy.
All right, I'll call you after a while about the pork and stuff.
Sounds good, man. We'll talk to you soon. All right, thanks. This is the Tod Tucker Show, 405-608-4377, 405-608-4377. Join the conversation. Save us. This is a very rough Monday. It's a Monday to remember right here on the Tod Tucker Show. 1640 The Eagle, KZLS.
Call!
Introducing all new, safe, natural relief. A cannabinoid-rich, clarity and focus formula with 17 essential supplements. When it matters most, you've got a job to do. Anxiety isn't an option. Programmed to keep you moving. A product exclusively manufactured for Active Duty RX by Cantech Labs.
Hey everybody, Tod Tucker here, and everyone who knows me knows I love to read a great book, and right now I'm reading this incredible novel by local author Richard Engel. All you have to do is go to LastAmericanPresident.com and save big right now on this book. The Last American President is a story about political intrigue, romance, betrayal set against the backdrop of the dissolution of the United States of America. It's great reading, and when you go to LastAmericanPresident.com, LastAmericanPresident.com, use the promo code OTU, you're going to save money. And not only that, but half the price comes back to OTU. So half the proceeds from this book come back so you can watch great programming like you see on the OTU Media Network every day. LastAmericanPresident.com, I highly recommend this book. Read it today.
Is your kitchen looking sad these days? Are you tired of looking at that old, dated bathroom? From rooftops to those unsightly holes in the walls, Complete Contracting has got you covered. Call 405-676-0595 today to schedule an estimate. Once again, that number is 405-676-0595. And remember, Complete Contracting has the contracting expertise for all your renovation and repair needs.
Introducing all new, safe, natural relief. A cannabinoid-rich, clarity and focus formula with 17 essential supplements. When it matters most, you've got a job to do. Anxiety isn't an option. Programmed to keep you moving. A product exclusively manufactured for Active Duty RX by Cantech Labs.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring and humane world for all of us.
Paralyzed veteran Sean Housestead.
I got hurt practicing combat search and rescue, fell off a fast rope, so shattered L1 vertebrae. I don't know where I'd be without paralyzed veterans. I've only seen that now.
Paralyzed Veterans of America is a nonprofit and it gets no federal funding. Paralyzed Veteran and PVA Executive Director Sherman Gillums Jr.
And we provide every service free of charge to every veteran and caregiver that we support.
To learn more, visit pva.org. A public service message from Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Welcome back. Tod Tucker's on 405-608-4377, 405-608-4377.
Hello.
And Caw. We're here on the Eagle. Frosty, I still think you need to get a puppy.
No. Hush. No dogs. No more dogs. I have enough. I have enough animals living in my home, just eating all my food and costing money.
I'm going to give Stephanie an old salesman's trick here, this old pitchman trade trick. Stephanie, pitch 2. Try to get him to get 2 dogs. It'll settle out at 1.
No, she's done that before, too.
I know, I've seen
That's
it
how I have the one dog I have. It won't work again.
Yes.
It's not going to work again. She'll be like, oh, no, we need to get 5 of them. No. Okay, how about 1? Like, yeah, that's going to work great.
How about just timeshare kind of thing? I'll just bring it over sometimes.
There you go, man. That's a good deal.
Just rent the dog. We get her like 1 month out of the year, and then it goes on to the next house.
You know, Stephanie, she's going to become very attached.
Oh, yeah. She wouldn't want to give it up. No dogs. No more dogs. No more animals in general. She already wants a baby, and that's more than I want. So no more dogs.
What if she said baby or dog?
I'd tell her neither. Put my foot down. Look, I've been going at this for about almost 6 years now. So it's just, I'm not afraid to just say a flat no. I'll buy her Chinese food and she'll be fine.
I ran out of contact lenses.
Okay.
So I've had to order some more. The glasses in the Move that I can really see out of are lost. I have no idea where they're at. The glasses I have, I can't really see diddly squat out of. They just make things go from blurrier to blurry. So I am so irritated right now because I'm trying to look at copy and look at things up on the screen, the computer screen, and I'm still having to squint and look up like I'm 80 years old.
Well, I mean, if the shoe fits.
You need to stop that right now, or you're going to have 15 dogs.
Yeah, right. I swear, I would be out of that house so fast. I'd be like, the house belongs to the dogs now. I will live in my car.
No, you would not.
15, I swear. If I can't stand more than one. I've had 2 before, and that was too much.
I've got 3.
Yeah, and that's too much.
Nah.
Yeah,
they're awesome, man.
And a parrot.
And a parrot.
Because bird people are weird. People who own birds are weird.
I am not weird. Why are you looking at me funny like I'm weird?
You're weird.
I am not weird.
You are weird.
I'm a good, God-fearing, conservative Republican.
Weird.
So tell me, Frosty.
Huh, what's up?
What does the day hold?
Oh, for me, personally,
Yeah.
there's just a lot of work I got to get done today. There's a bunch of stuff I have going on. I kind of want to go find this Christian Bale talking about Satan and Vice clip. I found one of them.
I was looking for it, and my computer went, boom.
Right.
It was the way the morning went. Yeah, Christian Bale, what a winner he is.
Yeah, right. That's just so crazy to me. Just talking like, I'd like to thank Satan. That's like an old Family Guy joke.
In the meantime, just 2 months ago, Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, she risked political backlash by opting to avoid a trip to Iowa during the critical midterm elections. She was the only major 2020 candidate to do so, and now she's kind of regaining her footing in Iowa. Pocahontas, really? In less than a week into the new year, Warren apparently has flipped, and she's gaining some. Can you believe she's gaining momentum over your buddy Uncle Joe?
Yeah, it happens.
Pocahontas.
If they elect Elizabeth Warren like that, she's gonna lose just in the debates. Like,
there's no question. Can you imagine?
Trump will just go out there and just start calling her a fake Native American. Like, he'll just start name calling, and the American people will just start cheering and cheering and cheer. Like, nothing politics whatsoever. They'll just be name calling and cheering.
Yeah,
like literally, it's just a redo of Hillary Clinton, but this time we have Warren.
All he's going to do is just say Pocahontas, and the crowd's going to cheer.
What? Now he'll be like, so, I've been out here and I heard a few things about my opponent, Pocahontas. And then they'll just go, President Trump, we love you. Whoa.
I give Elizabeth Warren 1/1024th chance of winning.
Right, about as much as she's got native blood in her.
Well, that's still a good chance. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not sure how it's going to go. I don't mind Biden. I don't know why you guys hate Biden so much.
I don't hate Biden.
Because he's a creepy child molester.
I don't hate Biden.
Where did that even come from?
Do you even internet, Frosty?
I do internet.
Go to Google and punch in "creepy Joe," and you're gonna enjoy it all day long.
That's what I'm doing on the
I don't
break,
know about Joe liking kids, but I know Joe likes to grab women's butts. But I mean, hey,
maybe
he's
that'll
a
be
guy.
Kevin Spacey's next role.
Trump grabs him by the you know what. Let's go to break. You guys
Indeed, he does. 405-608-4377. Your phone call's coming up next on the Tod Tucker Show. Coming up next on the Tod Tucker Show.
Over 20 years ago, Alex Jones created the media platform called InfoWars, and in the decades since, it's grown into a truly remarkable institution with over 200 radio affiliates. tens of millions of unique website visitors monthly, and a 24/7 live news TV channel broadcasting from state-of-the-art studios in Austin, Texas. InfoWars has become the most trusted independent news source in the country, dedicated to delivering breaking news, live coverage of special events, and exclusive reports you won't find anywhere else. While the old guard media struggles to maintain supremacy in a landscape rocked by innovation and technology, InfoWars has been at the forefront of the information revolution. From 8 million radio listeners, over 2 million YouTube subscribers, or the billions of views of our online content, InfoWars proves dominant in every facet of media we enter. For the hardest-hitting reports, uncompromising analysis, for high-profile interviews and bombshell revelations, accept no substitutes. Demand truth. Demand InfoWars. InfoWars. Tomorrow's news today.
This is undoubtedly the most important broadcast we've ever done.
The government says these were the most violent protests in Paris in over 50 years. On Saturday, 133 people were injured and more than 400 were arrested. The movement began 3 weeks ago on social media, with calls to protest attacks on fuel. But it's grown into a working-class revolt against the economic policies of President Emmanuel Macron. 27-year-old Jimmy Moreno came in from a nearby suburb. He works for the railways and voted for Macron.
C'est le peuple, tout bêtement, sans opinion politique. Nous sommes dans la rue tous par solidarité. La politique, notre politique, elle est corrompue.
The yellow vests that Jimmy and others are wearing have become a symbol. A law requires drivers to carry them, so they're easier to spot. Now, it's making their movements harder to ignore.
On retrouve une part d'humanité envers tout le monde. Tout le monde redevient humain. On est là pour une seule cause. Tout le monde met ses différends de côté. Le peuple français. Exactement. Nous sommes le peuple français, rien d'autre.
What's going on now? What are they chanting?
La démission de Macron, c'est ce qu'on souhaite. En premier, démission de Macron et changement de République. Pour être dans une...
$7:35 here at the Eagle. The Tod Tucker Show is on, and Frosty the Snowflake has Frosty Scopes. People are like, where are Frosty Scopes?
We got him. Did you want to do Frosty Scopes now?
Yeah, let's do Frosty Scopes right now.
Oh, I thought you wanted to talk about weed.
Oh, we'll talk about weed, too, here in a few minutes also. But I wanted to talk about what's in the future, because this is the first week that Frosty's actually going to talk about the day rather than the year.
That's true. First day of the new year, we're doing that.
So get in the zone. The Frosty Zone.
Okay, let's get in here. Let's feel it. Just as a heads up, this is a very romantic week in general.
For Pisces?
For
I hope.
everybody.
Oh, okay.
Everybody is going to get some...
Well, Moto here, he's attached now.
Yeah, I hope you're listening, babe.
He did get another half.
Yeah, he sure did.
All right, let's go down the list
I'm
here.
still by myself.
All by myself.
Oh, except I got Michael. Yeah.
Aries.
And I got a lot of women.
Love, sex, and romance are on your mind today, Aries. So you will want to spend as much time as possible with your lover. You could also grow closer to your friends, resulting in a powerful feeling of unity. Oh, yeah, I think Aries are today's their day to be a swinger, Todd.
Really?
Get closer.
And I'm on the cusp.
Get closer with friends. Taurus. Close relationships should grow closer today, and new relationships will become close ones. You're likely to feel extremely warm and loving towards most of the people you know, and they should reciprocate that feeling. Romantic relationships especially could grow more intimate and physical. Gemini.
You're crazy.
Relations with family or other members of your household should be especially warm now. Ew. Mutual goals and shared wins and losses are likely to bring you closer. You probably won't spend much of your day alone. Make the most of it. Gemini, yeah, just do Gemini things. Cancer. You should feel loving today towards just about anyone you like and respect. Clear communication with friends, lovers, and children should enhance your understanding of them and vice versa. So Cancer's just having a good day. Also, if you can't, like I said, today's just the day everyone's getting a little something.
Or
Leo.
something.
Yeah, Leo. Powerful feelings of love well up today, particularly towards family members. Communication between you and those you love is likely to be heightened. Leo, as you learn to speak your mind while not being too blunt. So apparently I just got to be nice.
Speaking of blunts, I got a Snoop Dogg story coming up. Go ahead.
Smoke weed every day. Virgo. Messages from close friends expressing their love and admiration for you may seem to arrive out of the blue today. Your accomplishments over the past few weeks have caused them to see you in a new light. Today you will experience the full force of their feelings. So Virgo, that could be good or bad. Just be ready for a barrage today.
Sometimes I'm shocked by the accuracy of Frosty Scope.
I know, dude. I read the stars, man.
And the scars.
I do both. Libra. You're always one to face things logically. And today you turn that logic along with your intuition towards reassessing some of your values. Your judgment is especially acute. So any decisions you make or any new avenues you want to explore are likely to be just what you need now.
And you're going to get a new puppy.
Leave it to Libra to not get any good lovin's today. Scorpio. You're likely to feel especially friendly and outgoing today. People you meet, particularly through groups, are likely to be strongly attracted to you. Friendships, partnerships, and romantic relationships should continue to grow closer, enhanced by your high level of communication. Keep it up, Scorpio. You're doing good. Sagittarius. You should be in a warm and romantic mood today. You will want to schedule an intimate evening with your partner, but you probably won't feel like staying in. You desire an evening out, perhaps to a restaurant, concert, or play. Sagittarius, go spend some money. Take them on a nice date. Capricorn. The mutual exploration of spiritual and intellectual ideas could bring you closer to friends and lovers. That's a mouthful. Fascinating discussions open new horizons to all participants. I wonder what kind of discussions those are.
I don't know.
Do you like this, or do you like this, or this one that vibrates? You may be overcome by the strong feeling of unity. Yeah, that's what they call it. Aquarius. You feel especially sexy right now, Aquarius. A powerful feeling of love and a need to physically express it could be
My
with you
dad's
all
feeling
day.
sexy today.
He is. He
Yeah.
needs to express it too.
Yeah.
He's going to wear his sexy lingerie. If you're involved, you want to spend a romantic evening with your lover. If you aren't, you could channel the energy into creative activities. Romantic novels and movies are poor substitutes for the real thing, but if they're all that's available, go for it. So Bob Tucker is going to be at home watching Love Actually. You had Love Actually. And finally, Pisces.
That's me.
Close relationships could lead to a feeling of spiritual unity today. In fact, Pisces, you might feel as if those who share your interests are actually your family now. If you're involved, expect to experience warm and passionate feelings towards your partner. Good on you, Todd.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't have a partner.
Those are Frosty Scopes. I don't make the future. I just read it.
I'm all by myself. You know the song from the 70s, All by Myself.
I mean, I do know it, but
It's a lot
it's
cheaper
pretty
to be
old.
by yourself, actually.
That's it. So what were we going to talk about? You want to talk about Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Dogg ripped.
Snoop Doggy Dogg?
Well, he ripped the president. Big surprise there, right? Over the government shutdown. Do you think that Snoop Dogg even knows what a government shutdown is?
I think Snoop Dogg is smarter than you guys give
You
him credit
really
for.
think so?
I think once you have like
You think a
billions.
guy that goes around going, smoke weed every day?
I mean, he hasn't done that in a few years.
Is it
but
still Snoop lying? You remember the Rasta phase when he went to Jamaica?
I remember that. I
He became
remember.
Snoop Lion.
He did become Snoop Lion, and then he came back and he had a new persona that was Snoop Dogg the white man. And he'd just drive around in like Lexuses and stuff, doing white people stuff. And
Some
he'd like
witch doctor in Jamaica convinced him he was
Isn't
a
that
shaman or
racist?
something
Isn't that
stupid.
racist to do that?
He did whiteface and everything.
God.
Oh my god!
Isn't that racist?
I don't know. Once you have enough money, you just get away with anything.
Oh yeah, it's okay. But if that were Donald Trump doing that,
Donald Trump probably should not be driving around doing blackface and using his Donald Trump black
Donald Trump in a minstrel show.
The Chop Show continues. I just realized that the OTU media feed has been down. I've been over here working.
It happens. Just enjoy the show, man.
Bless, yes.
Just tell him to go to our page.
Snoop Dogg has said you use a piece of blank you. Use. Yeah, he's a real smart guy, Frosty. Use a piece of.
He's a lot more successful than we'll ever be.
Well, that's for sure. But I mean, anybody can go around going smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day.
And you know, throw an F bomb here, F bomb there.
Hey, man, you do what you got to do.
Yeah, but if I'm just saying, imagine if let's say if Ed Sheeran went around saying, Ed Sheeran ripped Donald Trump over government shutdown. You're a piece of blank.
Isn't
blank
he British?
You. Okay, bad example.
Lady Gaga. How about that? She's real close to your heart.
Yeah, Lady Gaga. Man, now we got to have a white male. Who's a white male in music?
Just imagine President
Seacrest.
Donald Trump trying to tell Snoop Dogg how to write a rap song.
Couldn't.
Yeah, so why is Snoop Dogg trying to tell the president how to run a country?
Because anybody can do it, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you just gotta get people to vote for you. Then anybody can do it, as we've seen over the last few months. You can just hire some guy off the street and they can do it.
I would vote for Snoop Dogg for president.
I would too. Snoop Lion. He'd run a Snoop Lion.
Yes.
You guys are freaking crazy.
Greater is an army of sheep led by a lion than an army of lions led by a sheep.
Just be quiet.
All right, we're going to take a break. Our phone number 405-608-4377, 405-608-4377. Apparently the Monday curse is on us, and we're going to be back right after this break. Don't go away. 1640, the Rock and Roll Eagle, KZLS. Hey everybody, Tod Tucker here, and everyone who knows me knows I love to read a great book, and right now I'm reading this incredible novel by local author Richard Engel. All you have to do is go to LastAmericanPresident.com and say big right now in this book. The Last American President is a story about political intrigue, romance, betrayal set against the backdrop of the dissolution of the United States of America. It's great reading, and when you go to LastAmericanPresident.com, LastAmericanPresident.com, use the promo code OTU, you're going to save money. And not only that, but half the price comes back to OTU. So half the proceeds from this book come back so you can watch great programming like you see on the OTU Media Network every day. Last
LastAmericanPresident.com. I highly recommend this book. Read it today.
Introducing all new, safe, natural relief. A cannabinoid-rich, clarity and focus formula with 17 essential supplements. When it matters most, you've got a job to do. Anxiety isn't an option. Programmed to keep you moving. A product exclusively manufactured for Active Duty RX by Cantech Labs.
In the summer of 2018, despite a fierce and well-financed opposition, the state of Oklahoma passed State Question 788, giving the citizens the most open medical marijuana system in the U.S.
The people of Oklahoma spoke last night, and they said they wanted medical marijuana.
Critics tried to frame 788 as being too loosely written, pointing to the bill's lack of qualifying conditions. Proponents countered that the bill would allow maximum access to the widest range of patients. State Question 788 passed by more than 13 points. My friends call me Grumpy. I'm a citizen lobbyist on the front lines of the cannabis revolution in the great state of Oklahoma. I represent not only the 507,000 individuals that voted for medical cannabis, but my fellow citizens who need this medicine. Join us as we travel the state to meet with politicians, activists, business owners, but most importantly, patients.
But all I know is that I had what it took. I am a United States Marine.
PFC Darrell Willis serves his country as a Marine. Will you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES. The few, the proud, the Marines.
The Tod Tucker Show here on the Eagle.
Call.
Democratic Representative Jeffries is saying the president is holding the nation hostage.
He is. It's the truth. This is his shutdown.
Stephen King says Trump is holding federal workers hostage.
Wait, the Stephen King? The one that writes books?
Let me see.
Is it that Stephen King?
Yes, I do believe it is.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
then.
that's him.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
The Stephen King.
The Stephen King.
All right. I haven't heard him comment on politics in a while.
Representative Peter King of New York is saying it's time for Nancy Pelosi to show some guts and make a deal. Now, my question is, how is the president holding the American people hostage? The Democrats could make a deal at any time. The president has said that he will give some on DACA, has he not?
Yeah.
Okay. So we could get a deal there. The president wants this wall built. The American people voted for it. Nancy Pelosi and people of her ilk don't want to help implement the will of the people. So my question is, how is the president holding people hostage? Now, I would say the Democrats are holding America hostage as well, because they could make a deal if they wanted to. Nancy Pelosi is holding the American people hostage because she wants to go in and show how strong she is in this new diverse Congress, the most diverse Congress ever. The most diverse Congress ever could end up being the most useless Congress ever. The most ineffective Congress ever. The most obstructionist Congress ever.
Because Republicans, Todd.
Oh, yeah, because Republicans are in charge of Congress now. You see, you can't use that one anymore.
They're slowing things down. They're
the
holding
demon
up.
rats now have control of the House chamber. I just had to specify what chamber because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez doesn't understand how Congress works.
I think she's learned since then.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah.
That's good. It's an on the job. You know, every Democrat should be elected to office so we could teach them something. Makes them very effective.
Isn't that? Here's the thing, and this is what kind of gets me, because you guys always kind of feel like you're tired. You guys, yeah,
you people,
conservatives, you people conservatives are always like. All I heard while we were electing Trump was like, oh my gosh, someone who's not a part of the system, someone who's doing this. And you can't tell me that you elected him because of his incredibly, graceful vocabulary.
No.
And you didn't vote for him for any of that.
No, we voted for him because he'd get something done.
Right. And you look at Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I can't roll my R. There you go. And she's your left-wing version of that. And that's it. They voted her in. She's not the most articulate with things, which, in all honesty, we've been dealing with, 2 years of that already, now going on 3 of not being the most articulate, especially being the president. And then now that she's getting in there, she flubs some words, does some things, but the stuff that she actually comes out to try to say usually works out pretty well. Like you were all with her when she made that tweet about how anyone in Congress and the Senate shouldn't be getting paid during the government shutdown.
I do agree with her on that.
And that's
okay,
kind of
so
that's your philosophy on things.
Every idiot has their day, their moment.
Yeah, I could say the same for Trump.
Their minute.
I will say one thing for Alexandria. I like her presence because it seems to be disruptive to the Democrat establishment also. So when she's joining sit-ins in Nancy Pelosi's office and the like, I like that very much. I like that.
Mm-hmm. So you call Donald Trump an idiot? You think Donald Trump is an idiot?
Yes. I said it.
Okay.
I said it.
What part of Donald Trump is an idiot? Please explain to me. Now, creating more jobs than ever before is being an idiot. Defeating ISIS is being an idiot. Cleaning up a mess, bad trade deals, that's being an idiot, right? Making deals. We're within a frog's hair of going to war with North Korea, and he fixed that. That's being an idiot. Boy, if that's being an idiot, man, we need to elect more idiots.
Sure. We'll give. I tell you what. Here, I'll concede all points. Give it a year. Let's see where we're at next year when we're going into 2020.
I know where we'll be next year.
And the recession kicks in.
You know where we'll be next year?
And
next
all the
year,
stocks
Donald
keep
Trump will
going
be
down.
sliding into re-election. The stock market has rebounded.
It's getting there, but everyone's still saying the recession's coming. Like it's getting back up a little bit.
Everyone, who's everyone?
How does the stock market go so far down, like right after Christmas?
Well, how does it go so far up so quickly? I mean, it's one of those things that what goes up must come down, and
we just need to do this the South Park way. You just cut the head off a chicken and throw it out there, and it'll tell you what the stock market does.
Well, I can tell you what we can do is we can play the little game I know you are, but what am I? I mean, that's kind of what we're doing over the last 5 minutes.
That's your whole life. Like every time we talk about anything, it's like, oh, well, President Trump is on the fire for doing this. Oh, yeah, well
you talk about President
Obama did that last year.
Okay, you want to talk about our being inarticulate? How about every time Barack Obama didn't have a teleprompter? I don't even know what gender my wife is.
How about Donald Trump graduating from the Wharton School of Finance, or being top of his class at West Point, or taking $1 million loan from his father and turning it into a multi-billion-dollar company?
Small loan of $1 million.
How about starting 595 different companies and only busting out on 5 of them?
And how about Barack Obama getting his? Not even we don't even know his records are sealed. We don't even know whether the guy graduated from college or not. And if he did, it was probably affirmative action.
Can't believe you said that.
Oh no, I said it.
Well, Alexandria graduated from what? It was an Ivy League school, right?
Who did?
Alexandria.
Yeah, that's right.
Definitely. You have to be very educated to be that stupid.
Mm-hmm. My dad used to say, you can be so smart, you're stupid. You can be so smart, you're stupid.
That's why I don't argue about stuff with you guys anymore. It's just the Trump love train in here. Like, he can do no wrong. There can be no consent. Like, there's nothing, no issue with him whatsoever with you guys.
All of those things I just gave you are demonstrable examples of his intelligence. I mean, that's top level schools. You're talking about not only a university, but a military academy. He was also a captain of the baseball team. Is that correct? So
baseball.
Let me. Okay, I'll give you one.
On a sports team at a military academy is another level.
I'll give you one. not very many people's dads have $1 million to give them to turn into a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Just
How about
a
that?
small loan of $1 million.
Fred Trump was a brilliant man also, but Donald Trump is the one that propelled the Trump family into ultimate wealth whenever he talked his father into remortgaging the homes that he had already paid for and leveraging that debt to go and advance into Manhattan and start biting off bigger projects.
I would like to say that Donald Trump never paid taxes on his childhood lemonade stand that made $15,000.
That's true.
I'm still very distraught about this.
Well, it was during a government shutdown, you see, and the IRS wasn't working, and so little kids like Donald Trump, they just kind of got swept under the rug. Yeah.
I just want everyone to remember that.
Okay, I need to make a confession, too. Nor did I. We used to have a Kool-Aid stand, and I never paid taxes on my Kool-Aid profits.
Todd, you're gonna go to jail.
I understand that. I'll confess that right now. So if I ever run for office, I'm confessing right here. I never paid a doggone dime.
What would you guys do if there was like the whole Donald Trump scandal finally hit the head? Like Mueller came out and he's like, we've got definitive proof that he did this, and this.
That he did what?
Like just money laundering for Russians. Let's throw that in there. Like he was selling houses for way more than they're worth to the Russian oligarchy. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that word. For exuberant prices to do money laundering for them.
Where did you get that from? The National Enquirer?
I don't know. That was something they were talking about a while back. But let's say I'm just being hypothetical. If something like that came out, where would you guys end up?
Well, let me address the Russia issue for you real quick, Frosty, because anyone who thinks that there's collusion between Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump does not understand Soviet communism versus American nationalist capitalism. Okay. Vladimir Putin would want this nationalist American capitalist president to be leader of the free world less than anyone else on the planet. So if you don't understand the ideological opposition between Vladimir Putin, a 30-year KGB Soviet communist agent, and Donald Trump, literally the symbol of capitalism in America, even all of these rappers like Snoop Dogg, before he ran for president, even put him in their songs and stuff. Nelly's song about being Donald Trump all the time. For a reason, he represents the American dream, and our media disallowing American youth to appreciate the exceptionalism that is the first family right now is probably the biggest tragedy.
He's getting heated over there. I see him like almost just like
no, he's right,
shaking.
He's
mad.
right, and these same hip hop artists, they were putting Donald Trump in their songs. Hey, Donald Trump, let me hear it now. Donald Trump.
It's just scary when such great and virtuous men can be so vilified in this country. That is scary to good men.
What if Donald Trump were to go back to being a Democrat again? I'm not convinced that Donald Trump is a Republican.
I'm not convinced that the Republican Party are Republicans.
Well, I'm not either. That's why I really don't identify myself as a Republican. I'm a constitutional conservative.
We have a huge problem with that in Oklahoma too. We can talk about it after the break.
Yeah, we can. We could talk about that all day long. This is the Tod Tucker Show. Telephone number 405-608-4377, 405-608-4377 on 1640 The Eagle KZLS.
les citoyens rejoindre pour défendre leurs droits et leur liberté. Il faut qu'on se batte, ça va être une année dure, terrible encore. Elle va être terrible pour Macron, mais elle va être terrible pour nous aussi. Mais on lâchera pas et on veut plus de justice et d'égalité. Qu'on remette les mots dans l'ordre, liberté, égalité, fraternité. Là, il y en a marre.
Avec toute la France, on essaye de passer une bonne soirée que je n'ai jamais passée de ma vie. Je suis un Algérien.
Are you coming to the tree? They strung up a man, they say, who murdered 3. Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where a dead man called out for his love to flee? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where I told you to run so we'd both be free? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where a necklace of hope side by side with me? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where I told you to run so we'd both be free? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you?
It's Roger Roots. Welcome.
All right, thank you, Bob. I just want to say Bob Smiley, the man that just spoke there, is probably one of the premier, top, one of the best activists for this cause in the country. Probably is right now in the entire United States. Let's give a big round of applause for Bob Smiley. My name is Roger Roots, and he introduced me a little bit. I've been with FIJA myself for many years, the Fully Informed Jury Association. We've been in lots of different little battles here and there, lots of different cases, and I was active in the Bundy defense teams as well in the last 2 years. A lot of people don't know this, but probably in this courtroom right here, in this courthouse behind me, and in almost, well, every single federal courthouse, and in most state courthouses in this country, at the end of every trial, the judge, a criminal trial, the judge will turn to the jury and will falsely instruct the jury, that they are required to convict if they feel that the government proved its case beyond a reasonable doubt. And that's a false statement. It's actually jury tampering. It's a lie. It's not true. Since for centuries, 3 centuries, the jury has always had the right, the absolute right to acquit no matter what the evidence is. The jury has always had the absolute right to find anyone not guilty, even if the prosecution puts on a mountain of evidence. If the jury feels that the law is unjust, if the jury feels that the prosecution is unjust, even if they think the law might be a good law in a particular case, the jury has the right to say not guilty, even if the way the law is being applied is unjust. If they feel that the courtroom procedures are unjust or the judge is being unfair, they have the right, the absolute right, to declare the defendant not guilty, And guess what? There's nothing that anyone could do because by
Friends, and head on over to Garfield Furniture, located in downtown Enid.
Sugar Creek Casino presents the Urban Cowboy Reunion Tour featuring Mickey Gilley and Johnny Lee returns this Saturday night. Sugar Creek Casino's Event Center. 26 combined #1 hits like I Was Looking for Love. Mickey Gilley and Johnny Lee live in concert this Saturday night. Get your tickets by phone, Players Club, or online at sugarcreekcasino.com. Voted Reader's Choice Best Casino for Entertainment.
Life is for how these changes will impact us over time. For some people, difficult transitions like retirement, divorce, or loss of a loved one can hit harder than expected and may contribute to feelings of hopelessness or even thoughts of suicide. The risk of suicide is even higher for men over 50 who served our country. Guys like me. That's why support from friends and family makes such a big difference. Every day, your actions could help save a life. Together, we got this. Learn how you can help save a life at veteranscrisisline.net.
From high above the Northwest Expressway in Oklahoma City, in a flashing object resembling a UFO, it's the Tod Tucker Show on 1640 The Eagle.
Tod Tucker here. 405-608-4377, 405-608-4377. Anti-gun Hollywood celebrities enjoyed presidential-level protection by barricades, bomb-sniffing dogs, armed guards, LAPD officers, and numerous security checkpoints as they arrived for the 2019 Golden Globes, which was last night. But yet most of those people are anti-gun. Isn't that interesting? Don't you find that interesting, Frost?
Well, sure. If the police and the security force can have guns to protect you from other guns.
So why don't they have guns to protect themselves?
Because they're celebrities.
Okay.
It'd be weird just having, you just saw...
Oh, there are ways to conceal a weapon.
You just saw them just walking around with a piece?
There are ways to conceal a weapon. You don't have to walk around with your gun showing.
Okay.
Security was ramped up after last night's big triple stabbing at a Manchester railway station on New Year's Eve. So I'm taking a look at the hypocrisy of Hollywood once again. Speaking of which, A Star is Born, that was the movie that everybody was like, oh, A Star is Born is back, blah, 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 and it was almost shut out last night. The big winner, did you see who the big winner was, the Golden Globes?
Who?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Of course it was.
But what about A Star is Born? That's the one that all the people that are the like-minded Anderson Cooper people loved and went to go see.
Wasn't that a Gaga film?
Yeah.
All about the Gaga?
Yeah, failed.
People
almost shut out.
People like Queen more than Gaga. What can I say? I mean, come on. It's not that hard to figure out.
I'm not going to touch that one.
Not going to touch it?
No, I'm not going to touch it.
Okay.
I'm surprised, though, that A Star is Born didn't win more awards because so many people went to go and see the movie and talked about it. I didn't see them. I don't go to movies. I don't pay for these people. I wait until it comes out on demand and I can get it for free.
Well, I watch Netflix. I support them in other ways.
I saw an absolutely terrible movie last week.
Was it Bird Box?
Yes, it was.
Okay, do you want to talk about...
let's talk about Bird Box. Let's talk about... Because we've been talking about that and the fact that we haven't found anybody that likes that movie yet. In fact, record numbers of people are walking out of it. Have you ever walked out of a movie before?
Listen, it was the silliest. It was so disjunctive. like everything just happens and people start walking into each other's houses. It's so stupid.
Before you go into that, Todd, are you talking about Bird Box or Holmes and Watson?
Well, both.
Okay, Bird Box had a very limited release in movies.
Bird Box was on
That's the
Netflix. That was
one.
a Netflix
And they were just
yeah.
walking out of their own houses. They put it on and they're like, I can't watch this anymore. I'm leaving.
I'm sorry. I messed up. I mean, I got the wrong bad movie.
There you go.
Terrible.
Okay, so I didn't hate Bird Box, but I didn't like it that much either. I mean, it's a cool
record number of people saw it.
It's a cool well, that's from Netflix numbers. Like they don't have any real numbers
But
for who
people
watched
that
it.
saw it didn't necessarily say they liked it.
The two flops of Netflix lately is Bird Box was not that great. It was okay for like a thriller horror movie, but it wasn't great. I didn't think it was great. Number two is they released their Black Mirror movie that's like the Choose Your Own Adventure. I think it's called Babadook. And that one, it's also just mad.
So it wasn't Bird Box. I mean, if the movie was that bad, what was it? What was it about?
It's about invisible entities that apparently immediately make you go crazy and try to kill yourself if you see them.
If you see them, that's why they're all wearing blindfolds.
Yes.
See, that doesn't even appeal to me to see even 5 seconds of it.
Here's the thing. I'm okay with abstract concepts for movies like that.
Right.
The problem was that it was done terribly. None of it made sense. Each scene to scene, it was like they didn't put a storyboard up and like plan it out. Like it was just the most ridiculous. It was like movie improv almost. It looked like it was terrible.
Holmes and Watson was pretty bad too.
I wanna go watch it just to see if it's really that bad.
People are saying they got up and walked out.
Yeah, people did not care for Holmes and Watson like whatsoever, which is weird.
But I don't like Will Ferrell. I think he's stupid.
I love Will Ferrell. He's the voice of a generation.
I don't think the guy's funny. Never have.
I don't think comedy would be the same without him today.
I agree.
And
that could be a good or a bad thing.
Yeah,
When you phrase
people
it.
feel that way about Jim Carrey. You know, I know a lot of people that feel that way about Jim Carrey.
I love Jim Carrey. He made my childhood.
Boy, he's been going off the rocker lately, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a little nutty. You know, the best way to describe Jim Carrey is because have you seen like any of the interviews or stuff with him lately where he's just so goofy?
Yes.
He is like the most spiritual atheist you'll ever see. Like that's how I describe it. Because he's very like the universe and like he's a super spiritual guy, but he just has no belief in like any kind of religion. So it's just like what happens when you meet this super duper duper spiritual guy who just doesn't believe
How can
in
he
a
be
God.
spiritual and not have
That's the thing. That's like his enigma.
I think
like
the guy constantly trips acid and watches Zeitgeist now. I think that's all he does.
Zeitgeist.
Yes.
We're gonna have these incredible ways of making new food and future. But I mean, I like Jim Carrey. He's just gone off the rock or something.
He's like, it's just all relative and it's all just reality.
Man, never meet your heroes.
That's
That's what that means. Never meet your heroes.
So Bird Box, don't see that movie.
Well, I wouldn't say don't see it. It's just not as good as it's marketed.
Do not see it. In fact, today when we're done with the radio show, I'm going to calculate all the hours of my life and I'm going to subtract 2. Bird Box.
Oh, is it 2 hours long?
Yes.
The worst movies usually are the longest.
They are. It was pretty long.
And Holmes and Watson, I've heard that movie's really bad.
Yeah, we just hear that. If you've watched Holmes and Watson, I would love it if you called in. 405-608-4377. Tell us about it.
I don't think our listeners see movies.
I don't know. They might. People like movies. I mean, besides, like I just get all my stuff from Netflix and Hulu and Crunchyroll. Like that's where all my media comes from.
I get mine from Contour from Cox.
Contour.
All I watch is reruns of the Tod Tucker Show.
Man,
what a sad existence.
Boy,
you have.
talk about needing a life.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to go out and purchase this guy a life after the show.
Yeah, something. We'll buy him a Netflix subscription.
Yeah, thank God I got a girlfriend, huh?
To mooch it off of.
Listening to him.
She's the one that made
in.
me watch that terrible movie.
So mine too, actually. Stephanie wanted to watch it desperately, and so I'm like, okay. I made it halfway through, and I'm like, I'm done. I didn't even finish it. I really didn't. I was just like, I don't think it's a bad movie, but I don't want to watch it anymore. It was one of those. You know what I mean? Just hit that moment where you're like, no, we're not going to sit here anymore. I've got better things to do.
We're going to take a break. That's what we're going to do. 405-608-4377, 405-608-4377. This is the Tod Tucker Show, and we're back right after this break on 1640 The Eagle, KZLS.
Call!
Introducing all new, safe, natural relief. A cannabinoid-rich, clarity and focus formula with 17 essential supplements. When it matters most, you've got a job to do. Anxiety isn't an option. Programmed to keep you moving. A product exclusively manufactured for Active Duty RX by Cantech Labs. Introducing all new, safe, natural relief. A cannabinoid-rich, clarity and focus formula with 17 essential supplements. When it matters most, you've got a job to do. Anxiety isn't an option. Programmed to keep you moving. A product exclusively manufactured for Active Duty RX by Cantech Labs.
Hey everybody, Tod Tucker here, and everyone who knows me knows I love to read a great book, and right now I'm reading this incredible novel by local author Richard Engel. All you have to do is go to LastAmericanPresident.com and say big right now on this book. The Last American President is a story about political intrigue, romance, betrayal set against the backdrop of the dissolution of the United States of America. It's great reading, and when you go to LastAmericanPresident.com, LastAmericanPresident.com, use the promo code OTU, you're going to save money. And not only that, but half the price comes back to OTU. So half the proceeds from this book come back so you can watch great programming like you see on the OTU Media Network every day. LastAmericanPresident.com, I highly recommend this book. Read it today.
Is your kitchen looking sad these days? Are you tired of looking at that old, dated bathroom? From rooftops to those unsightly holes in the walls, Complete Contracting has got you covered. Call 405-676-0595 today to schedule an estimate. Once again, that number is 405-676-0595. And remember, Complete Contracting has the contracting expertise for all your renovation and repair needs.
Introducing all new, safe, natural relief. A cannabinoid-rich, clarity and focus formula with 17 essential supplements. When it matters most, you've got a job to do. Anxiety isn't an option. Programmed to keep you moving. A product exclusively manufactured for Active Duty RX by Cantech Labs.
The Tod Tucker Show is on 1640 The Eagle, and the president of the Frosty the Snowflakes fan club has just walked in, the boss.
Oh, is he the president of my
he's
club?
He's the president of your fan club.
Man, what a lame club. Dang.
He's looking around like, since when?
Yeah, exactly.
You just got elected, man. You won in a landslide.
He resigned.
He resigns.
I will
right.
resume my place as head of my own fan club.
We've got Washing Machine Cleveland on the phone.
Hey.
I'm just curious if Frosty was willing to help out a poor old senior citizen.
Yes.
Volunteers about his washing machine.
I got a phone number from a listener to give to you, but I kind of forgot to give it to you. So I should probably do that. He offered to fix your washing machine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Out of the goodness of his heart.
Yeah, let me text that to you, bro. You guys do your thing.
Hey,
here's what doesn't make sense. I had a part. The washing machine couldn't get installed because they didn't have the part with it. So they ordered the part at the store to ship it to my house, so it'd get there before the repairman got there. Got the part in. Well, the repairman said that's not the right part. So he goes up somewhere and he buys a part. But he won't install that part because he's just an installation guy. He's a repair guy, not an installation guy.
You know, he
So
could have
won't
done
repair.
that. He could have done that if he wanted to.
Yeah, he's just not going to. He's not going to install it. He's not going to do anything. He wouldn't even put the part on. I can't believe that they're just. That's about the worst I've seen. It's December the 3rd. It's still sitting in my garage.
Well, I just sent you the number, Bobby. Someone will take care of that for you.
Hey, Bobby. Harold Wright has a big boot print in his butt. Did you see that?
I seen that.
Okay.
Where he got disbarred, or whatever you want to call it, from the state Republican Party convention.
Yeah.
There?
Yeah. Moto's here. Moto's here from OTU, by the way.
How are you, Mr.
I bet
Cleveland?
Moto knows.
Yeah,
Moto knows.
Yeah,
Moto
actually,
knows everything.
Harold Wright was expelled by the Oklahoma Republican Party's ruling state committee on Saturday. The action took place at the state committee meeting in Edmond, Oklahoma. Apparently, Harold Wright was openly supporting Democrat candidates during the last election cycle. We know a few other rhinos, Republicans that did something similar.
Well, I don't think Chris was supporting any Democrats.
No, he was just supporting rhinos. Just as bad.
And,
Well, more importantly was the night of the long knives that he led at the Capitol, stabbing a bunch of Republicans in the back. And then actually the House had to come right back and pass a rule that you can't actively campaign against other House members.
Yep, they did that in caucus.
I'm glad we have John Eccles. That's all I can say.
There's still hope. There's still hope.
Definitely still hope. But Bobby, do you have any comments on this happening? What are your thoughts?
Oh, I mean, that's one of the rules we have. That's been in the policy for a long time. That as a Republican, you can't give money or go out and endorse a Democrat candidate over a Republican candidate. That's been a rule for a long time, as long as I can remember.
Well, I'm glad to see some action taken by the party on this.
I'm sorry?
I said I'm glad to see some action taken by the party on this.
Well, as long as I've been in the party, just 20-plus years, I've never seen a sitting leadership pro tem been sanctioned like that.
I don't think I've ever seen it happen either.
Do you disagree with that, Mr. Cleveland, or do you think that it was a prudent move?
Well, I think it's a rule, and you've got rules, got to follow it. I mean, I like Harold, but what he did was against the rules, and they did the right thing.
Hey, Moto, you want to switch and talk about the prisons with Bobby real fast? Because Bobby...
Yeah, I do actually. Mr. Cleveland, there's a lawsuit going on right now against Joe Albaugh and the DOC. Is that correct, from the counties in Oklahoma?
I think there was one. There's the county in Tulsa County.
Tulsa County.
As I understand it, it's a few other counties also. But back to the supporting Democrats, I did have another thing that I wanted to ask you about, Mr. Cleveland.
I'm getting my head spinning.
Okay.
I know he's going a mile a minute.
Yeah, apparently Governor Kevin Stitt has selected John Budd of Sonic as his COO. And John and his wife are both faithful Democrat donors. Apparently, they donated combined over $7,000 to Kendra Horn's campaign and over $2,000 to the Hillary Clinton campaign.
Well, Sonic in general has always been big Democrat.
How do you feel about Governor Stitt making John Budd his COO?
Well, you're trying to get the best guy you can. If the guy can go in there and do that, I guess that's what he felt like. He was the best guy he could get to get in there. But it's very concerning. It's very concerning to me is why we have Republicans. They go in there, they nominate Democrats, but when the Democrats get in there, they would never nominate Republicans.
Oh, for sure.
Or anything.
For sure.
But back to the prisons. What I understand the lawsuit with the counties is they want more than $27 a day to incarcerate into the county jails. And they're suing Albaugh for that, for more money. But he's only following the statute, which allows $27 a day. That's what you pay. That's in the statute. So they need to change the statute if they want to do something.
Well, here's my major question is, if Representative Chris Canada's law firm is suing the DOC and he's a policymaker that directly affects those issues, isn't that kind of a conflict of interest that he's working for taxpayer dollars and suing the DOC for taxpayer dollars?
One would think so.
Yeah. Well, Chris Canada apparently likes to play by a different set of rules. And there'll be an election, and elections have consequences, don't they, Bob?
Yep. That it is.
So, anyway, Bob, we've got somebody that's going to fix your washer for you.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'm glad Frosty helped out.
I sent that text to you. If he does a good job, we'll give him a shout out on the radio.
And Bobby, just think you got the help from a liberal.
From a liberal, yes.
Are you kidding? Bobby Cleveland owes me so many favors. We showed him how to set up his Bluetooth in his car.
He did. He showed me that.
Bobby,
Hey,
love
thank
you.
you,
Appreciate
guys.
you. Thank you. Appreciate it, Bobby.
Later, Bobby.
All right. There goes Bob.
He left forever.
Okay, so yeah, I think that's very interesting that with the DOC thing and with Chris Kennedy's law firm and everything, and hopefully, isn't there an ethics commission here that's supposed to look into these things?
Yeah, they're more worried about making sure they know where all the grassroots donors are at in Oklahoma than they are accountability on our representatives or officials.
Well, I think it's something that our listeners need to look into. In fact, the more I hear about it, the more disturbed I become. This is not cool. There's definitely a conflict of interest there. And I'm sure I'll hear from somebody today that'll give me a reason as to why it's not a conflict of interest. Or maybe somebody will want to come on the show and explain. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think somebody will come on the show and explain, or do you think they're just going to sweep it under the rug?
This is probably the last we'll hear about it.
Can we put the Blue Falcon signal up from the roof and see if he just shows up himself?
The Blue Falcon?
We could. The Blue Falcon from the roof. Moto just wants a reason to go up on the roof.
Apparently.
Because we've got a roof at our new home. We didn't have a roof at the old home. Well, we had a roof, but it wasn't a very high roof.
The roof is on fire.
On fire.
405-608-4377, 405-608-4377 if you want to be on the Tod Tucker Show today. In case you just joined us, we just wanted to let you know that this has been a typical Monday.
Everything that can go wrong did.
I woke up this morning. I'm like, I'm ready. It's Monday. It's a full week. We haven't had a full week in a while. I'm going to go in and I'm going to have a great attitude. And I get in and I'm like, I'm going to have that gratitude that attitude of gratitude that I learned in Sunday school. And I came in and what happens? My printer doesn't work. We have an issue with the camera in studio. Frosty gets stuck in traffic. Well, not traffic, but gets stuck on
road
I-44 with the road closure there.
Closed.
Fortunately, the boss was here to get us back on track.
Fortunately.
Yeah. So
I'll hear about that later.
Are you going to get in big trouble?
I don't know. Probably.
Okay.
You saw that look he gave when he found out he was the president of my fan club.
Yeah, he didn't look too pleased about it.
He wasn't happy. He wasn't happy being my president.
That's okay. I was the vice president. I guess that means I can take the oath of office and become your prez.
Gross.
Thanks, Ross. Appreciate that.
You're going to run this community into the ground, all
Thank
four
you.
of us.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Very nice of you. Very kind. You want to bring up some music or something underneath us? The Tod Tucker Show is on. Our telephone number, 405-608-4377, 405-608-4377. Anything you want to talk about. It's been quite a day so far, and so we'd love to hear from you.
Monday Fun Day.
We'll talk about whatever you want. I like that. Monday Fun Day. Here on the Tod Tucker Show on 1640 The Eagle, KZLS.
Call!
Is your kitchen looking sad these days? Are you tired of looking at that old, dated bathroom? From rooftops to those unsightly holes in the walls, Complete Contracting has got you covered. Call 405-676-0595 today to schedule an estimate. Once again, that number is 405-676-0595. And remember, Complete Contracting has the contracting expertise for all your renovation and repair needs.
Joining me is Captain Chris Kennedy, one of Jawad's defense lawyers. Thank you so much for being here. So talk about Jawad's state of mind right now. Fill us in on all the details that the rest of us don't know, but you as an insider have, you know, the first eyes and ears too.
Right. Well, when Mohammed Jawad was taken back to Afghanistan, no one really knew when he was going to be there, how he was going to be taken back. We as his attorneys tried to get back to meet with him, and the government cut our funding to go back, so we were able to send one attorney back, Eric Montalvo, basically to help facilitate his arrival through private funds. Once we got there, we realized that really Mohammed Jawad had a lot of catching up to do. You know, he hadn't had a proper education. He'd been in prison for 7 years. He was sent back to his home, which is a country at war.
There were reports that he was suicidal, that his state of mind was completely off. Is that true?
Right, and there actually was one prior suicide attempt whenever he was in detention several years ago. So he couldn't handle really being around other people. He was not able to really function and carry on a good conversation without having issues. So, I mean, he's used to being in confinement.
So moving forward, I mean, he says that he's going to sue the American government. What does that even mean, especially in Jawad's case, and what exactly is he suing for?
Well, the issue with suing the government, obviously, is damages for what entailed when he was in confinement. There are several detainees, I think, that are looking into suing the United States government for whatever abuse and so on and so forth. I think the difference with Mohammed Jawad is you actually have a case where it was litigated and the facts came out in judicial orders that he was in fact tortured. And I think, obviously I won't be involved in the case being a member of the U.S. military, but I think that he has facts in his case which will really set him above and apart the other detainees.
Oh, really quickly, so what is he hoping to get out of all of this if he is then successful?
Well, I think the deal with Mohammed Jawad is being able to live a successful life, whether it be through monetary damages or the ability to get an education, so on and so forth. He just wants to live a life just like the rest of us and be successful.
Thank you so much for being here and for your insight. This is a story that we will definitely be following here in Washington, D.C., but for now, I want to throw it back to you.
Thank you very much, Tina. That was Artis Dinagosovsky, joined by...
Over 20 years ago, Alex Jones created the media platform called InfoWars, and in the decades since, it's grown into a truly remarkable institution with over 200 radio affiliates, tens of millions of unique website visitors monthly, and a 24/7 live news TV channel broadcasting from state-of-the-art studios in Austin, Texas. InfoWars has become the most trusted independent news source in the country, dedicated to delivering breaking news, live coverage of special events, and exclusive reports you won't find anywhere else. While the old guard media struggles to maintain supremacy in a landscape rocked by innovation and technology, InfoWars has been at the forefront of the information revolution. From 8 million radio listeners, over 2 million YouTube subscribers, or the billions of views of our online content, InfoWars proves dominant in every facet of media we enter. For the hardest-hitting reports, uncompromising analysis, for high-profile interviews and bombshell revelations, accept no substitutes. Demand truth. Demand InfoWars. InfoWars. Tomorrow's news today.
This is undoubtedly the most important broadcast we've ever done.
I got hurt practicing combat search and rescue, fell off a fast rope, so shattered L1 vertebrae. I don't know where I'd be without Paralyzed Veterans. I've only seen that now.
Paralyzed Veterans of America is a nonprofit and it gets no federal funding. Paralyzed Veteran and PVA Executive Director Sherman Gillums Jr.
And we provide every service free of charge to every veteran and caregiver that we support.
To learn more, visit pva.org, a public service message from Paralyzed Veterans of America.
The Tod Tucker Show is on 405-608-4377, 608-4377. Like many citizens, people wonder why and try hard to understand why President Trump has such a remarkable following. It's obvious why he should not. Then a friend sent me this raccoon story. It makes no difference about your political leanings. It's just a good explanation of why. If you really want to know how most people feel, and this applies to most Democrats and Republicans, read this. So I'm going to read it for you.
Have you read it before you're saying this?
Yes.
Okay.
You've been on vacation for 2 weeks. You come home and your basement is infested with raccoons. Hundreds of rabid, messy, mean raccoons have overtaken your basement. You want them gone immediately. You call the city and 4 different exterminators, but nobody can handle the job. But there's one guy, and he guarantees to get rid of them, so you hire him. You don't care if the guy smells. You don't care if the guy swears. You don't care if he's an alcoholic. You don't care how many times he's been married. You don't care if he has a plumber's crack. You simply want those raccoons gone. You want the problem fixed. He's the guy. He's the best. And here's why we want Trump. He's a bit of a jerk. Yeah, he's an egomaniac, but we don't care. The country's a mess because politicians suck. The Republicans and Democrats can be two-faced and gutless. And illegals are everywhere. We want it all fixed. We don't care that Trump is crude. We don't care that he insults people. We don't care that he's changed positions. And we don't care that he's been married 3 times. We don't care that he fights with Megyn Kelly and Rosie O'Donnell. We don't care that he doesn't know the name of some Muslim terrorist. This country became weak and bankrupt. Our enemies were making fun of us. We were being invaded by illegals. We were becoming a nation of victims where every Tom, Ricardo, and Hasid is a special group with special rights to a point where we don't even recognize the country we were born and raised in. And we just want it fixed. And Trump is the only guy who seems to understand what the people want. We are sick of politicians, sick of the Democratic Party, sick of the Republican Party, and sick of illegals. We just want it fixed. Trump may not be a saint, but we didn't vote for a pope. We voted for a man who doesn't have lobbyist money holding him back, a man who doesn't have political correctness restraining him. We all know he's been very successful. He's a good negotiator. He's built a lot of things, and he's also not a politician and not a cowardly politician. He says he'll fix it, and we believe him because he's too much of an egotist to be proven wrong or looked at and called a liar. Also, we don't care if the guy has bad hair. We just want the raccoons gone out of our house, and we want them gone now.
Drain the swamp.
And that explains why we have Donald Trump. He is our exterminator. He's the guy that comes in and, yeah, has the plumber's crack and the bad hair. Doesn't necessarily smell good. Not much to look at. But, man, he can get things done. He can get those raccoons out of the attic. Who wants rabid raccoons in the attic? Oh my gosh, what is a rabid raccoon? That is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Who wants Nancy Pelosi to have the gavel? Hey, I think it's going to be fine for her to have the gavel for a couple of years to see how this is the best thing that could happen to Donald Trump, actually. This is the best thing that could happen to our cause of conservatism, because you see, every once in a while, we have to go back. We have to go back and eat something that doesn't taste so good to understand why we stopped eating it to begin with. It tastes bad. We don't like it. But sometimes we have to go back. Sometimes we have to go back and touch the stove just to see if it's still hot. And that's exactly what's happened with this last election. How does Kendra Horn become a congressperson from the 5th District in Oklahoma? Well, because we had an incompetent person that really was a rhino to begin with and didn't want the job, really, not understanding why he even ran for re-election. Yeah. That's a conversation, a topic for a whole other day. I'm pretty steamed at Steve Russell. He let us down. A year ago, I contacted Steve Russell on his cell phone, had his phone number for quite a long time, never used the number, never one time. You know, a lot of people would love to have a congressman's personal cell phone number so they can say, Congressman, I've got a problem with XYZ. Can you help me with this? But no, I never used Steve Russell's phone number, not one time until last year, when I sent him a simple message that said, Congressman Russell, your seat, according to polling, has gone from solid Republican to leans Republican. You can come on this show anytime you want to as a sitting congressman. Yes, I will invite your competition. I'll invite Ms. Horn to come on the show, which I did, and she didn't. Congressman Russell said, oh, I'll come on and talk to his people. We'll come on once a week. How about that? Once a week, every Thursday. Frosty, that lasted how many times? Like once, twice?
I think, yeah, he made it about 2 weeks.
Yeah. Then in May, I go to D.C., meet with the congressional delegation, do my show live in the Capitol. And guess what? There was a congressperson missing. My congressperson from the 5th District, Steve Russell. I even saw Pocahontas, but didn't see my own congressman.
Exciting.
Not so much.
There were some interesting numbers in that election also. Anybody that goes back and takes a look at the tallies, you'll notice that Kendra Horn's entire margin of victory is in absentee and early voting.
Mm-hmm.
So she lost on election day. Her entire 5,000 plus vote margin was in those two categories. And it is the only election in the state of Oklahoma in 2018 that looked that way.
Well, Steve Russell should have not lost that race. Steve Russell, as a sitting congressman, had an opportunity to be on the radio and on TV any time he wanted to because he is a sitting congressperson. Now she can come on anytime she wants to because she is a sitting congressperson.
Tell her to bring all that big money that she got and give us some of it too.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? In a perfect world. Wouldn't that be nice?
I love it. I can just sit here while you two.
Well, and my thing is rhinos and liberals in the 5th District are claiming that this is some kind of blue wave or representative of the change of voter outlook in Oklahoma CD5. That's complete horse hockey. That race was bought and paid for.
Yep.
It cost a lot of money, and they're going to spend even more money on that seat in 2020 trying to hold on to it. The scuttlebutt is just to make it through a runoff and get into the heat with Kendra, you're going to need like $3 million.
It's going to be a lot. I mean, this is going to be a very costly race in CD5. And you know what? If I were Kendra, I'd probably be prepared to answer the question, why did you vote for Nancy Pelosi, Kendra? Why was your first vote as a sitting congressperson to vote for somebody who's so out of step with the average Oklahoman? What were you thinking? You dummy?
You dingus.
All right. 405-608-4377. You know, the masses are quiet today.
It's Monday.
Maybe they're having the same kind of day we are.
Maybe.
What's wrong, conservatives? Why are you so quiet? We're going to take a break. We're going to be back. Man, I got to tell you something. It's very unusual for me to be bashing my own people, but, you know, a rhino is a rhino and a liberal is a liberal. And sometimes you can't tell the difference between either. This is Tod Tucker. We're back right after this.
Everybody, Tod Tucker here, and everyone who knows me knows I love to read a great book, and right now I'm reading this incredible novel by local author Richard Engel. All you have to do is go to LastAmericanPresident.com and save big right now on this book. The Last American President is a story about political intrigue, romance, betrayal set against the backdrop of the dissolution of the United States of America. It's great reading, and when you go to LastAmericanPresident.com, use the promo code OTU, you're going to save money. And not only that, but half the price comes back to OTU. So half the proceeds from this book come back so you can watch great programming like you see on the OTU Media Network every day. LastAmericanPresident.com, I highly recommend this book. Read it today.
Is your kitchen looking sad these days? Are you tired of looking at that old, dated bathroom? From rooftops to those unsightly holes in the walls, Complete Contracting has got you covered. Call 405-676-0595 today to schedule an estimate. Once again, that number is 405-676-0595. And remember, Complete Contracting has the contracting expertise for all your renovation and repair needs.
Introducing all new, safe, natural relief. A cannabinoid-rich, clarity and focus formula with 17 essential supplements. When it matters most, you've got a job to do. Anxiety isn't an option. Programmed to keep you moving. A product exclusively manufactured for Active Duty RX by Cantech Labs.
For American Humane. I've had my fair share of bruises and injuries, but for many who put their lives on the line every day, it's not always the injuries you can see that hurt the most. Every single day, 184 veterans are diagnosed with post-traumatic stress. When medications and therapy don't help, professionally trained service dogs can. American Humane has created a free guide to help veterans obtain these life-saving animals. For help, please go to AmericanHumane.org.
This is Tod Tucker, and it's been a Monday. Just another manic Monday. No, this has been the craziest Monday I've had in a long time.
Monday.
Oh, here we go, Mr. Bangles.
I do like that song.
Okay, so Frost, I got to ask you a question. You're gonna laugh at me because I don't know this, but the medical marijuana in Oklahoma, does it come in different forms or is it only smokable?
I'm sure it comes in different.
Many forms.
Yeah, you can,
distillates, concentrates, edibles.
Yeah.
Oh, so it does come in edibles as well?
Yeah, anything.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know.
You can get vape juice. Like it's anything.
And there's a woman that got arrested for smuggling some marijuana into the Just Done Correctional Institution in Taft, Oklahoma. She's going to be in big trouble.
That is. No one even knows where Taft, Oklahoma is.
I don't know where Taft, Oklahoma is.
We should really just be hotboxing the whole prison. We'd have a lot less issues.
We would. They'd be a much calmer prison population.
Pump it into the ventilation system.
That's it.
Well, there'd be more people wanting to go. We're trying to get people out.
I would want to go to prison. Like,
trying to get people out.
You just go there. You're like, man, prison ain't so bad.
You would not do well in prison.
You just get to sit here all day and just think about philosophy and stuff, man.
It depends on what facility they put Frosty in. You see, Frosty could go to a nicer facility and they won't. Well, I mean, when I say nicer, I mean nicer people.
They give me a computer to play on.
Well, Oklahoma County Jail has like 70 plus prominent gangs in it. So I don't know if they want to talk philosophy with you or not.
But if they're pumping, just pure good stuff through the
Did you say 70? Did you say 70 plus gangs in the Oklahoma County Jail?
Yes, sir.
70? Well, I didn't realize there were that many gangs.
That's a lot of gangs.
Holy smoly. I had no idea.
And those jailers are down there working for $12 an hour,
making
6 days a week
Mm-hmm.
in a prison that's completely overpopulated. They're outnumbered. Oh, and their staffing ratios. Commissioner Mon called in and told us about it one day. They're below federal staffing requirements. And if they stay there, the federal government could come in and take over the facility and charge Oklahoma County a property.
They could, and I'm surprised that hasn't happened already.
But like after a certain point, isn't that a good thing for us? Like we could finally have
to have the federal government come in and take over the jail?
We could finally have a jail that works correctly.
No, the federal government doesn't fix anything it touches. It ruins everything it touches. That's why we're less government people.
Keep the feds out of Oklahoma County.
Well, then they need to fix the jail. We've been saying this for years. Fix the jail. Fix the jail. Fix the jail. Fix the jail. Like that's all it amounts to. And it's the same thing we've been saying forever. So personally, if the feds come in and they, in fact, in air quotations, fix the jail, I'm happy.
Well, the problem is that you can't necessarily fix the jail. The jail was built during the J.D. Sharp administration, and I think they built it on a landfill.
Something.
And
an ancient Indian burial ground.
And all the materials that they use are completely substandard. Like the concrete is not prison bureau grade concrete. They put in commercial elevators instead of industrial elevators. They
put those stupid tiles in for windows that people were breaking out the first week. And
the glass bricks, those are also not prison bureau standards, so you're not supposed to have those. And it doesn't help whenever you have Sheriff Wetzel under Sheriff P.D. Taylor spending maintenance money that's allocated to the jail given to them by Oklahoma County on dive teams and boats and TAC teams and big flashy badges, etc.
Yeah, I would agree. And our COs in the jails they're making no money. They're working in sewage, basically. I mean, every time. And who the hell, whose bright idea was it to have a 13-story jail?
My question is, why do we have the jail in like downtown? Like, I feel like
close to the courthouse.
Also a good question.
Well, even then, like, it's just strange to me. Like, why does it have to be downtown? Like, I get it. If they move it like 3 miles further, they probably would have some space for it, right?
Well, here's the problem. If we were to decide to build a new jail, it's going to take years and years and years. First of all, taxes are going to have to go up. People aren't willing to pay higher taxes to build a new jail.
I almost feel like for this one, people would. Like, this is the thing that everybody knows
But it's going to take, but the problem is you need a quicker fix than what that would allow, because it would take years and years and years to come up with the money, with the revenue to do it. And then it would take forever to get the jail. I mean, everything, all the bureaucracy, everything that it would take to get the jail built, it would be years before you'd even see it.
Here's what I don't understand, though, about the sheriff's office here.
There we go.
This is very curious to me because, like you said, why not just give it to somebody else? And for me, if I was working for the sheriff's department or I was the sheriff, P.D. Taylor, and this jail was such a headache, I would be anxious to get rid of it. So why do we think it is that the sheriff's department is trying to hold on to that county jail? Maybe because there's millions and millions and millions of dollars in revenue attached to it, perhaps?
I don't know.
Could be, but I thought that was why we got rid of Wetzel. Because PD is the squeaky clean one, right?
Yeah, he was the undersheriff of Wetzel, and he claims he knew nothing about all of these shenanigans from Sheriff Wetzel. But my question then is, what were you doing as undersheriff? What were you doing? If you had no idea any of this was going on, by the way, that's ridiculous anyways. It is openly talked about in the sheriff's department, and the sheriffs know that it's happening. I think the joke about the badges was that you could actually wear the badge as a body plate for armor. It was so big. Jeez. And they had like a picture of the jail and like a Dodge Charger on it. And
that can't be real.
Oh, yes.
No,
it's just like this big, like 1 foot long.
Oh, it's
7-8 inches.
Hilarious.
Very fancy badge. Extremely fancy. Yeah. But to answer your question, why is the jail close to downtown? Well, they say it's because it's close to the courthouse and you've got to transport people back and forth. But to me, there's a quick fix, and that is I don't understand why they don't still have. I don't know. We don't have enough time to get into it before the hard break, so I'm not going to start. But I will say that we've got major issues down there, and we've got we had some county commissioners that have left. We've got Kevin Calvey coming in now.
I like
working with Brian Mon, and I think that we'll see some things happen. I'm hopeful. But that jail, it's not just as easy as snapping your fingers and we get a brand new jail. I mean, it's going to cost a lot of money. And I'm really afraid that before we get a fix for this, that the feds will come in. And if the feds come in and take over that jail, we are screwed.
Well, I think we need to ask ourselves a fundamental question about that jail and the the OCSO, the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office. Does it matter how much money we throw at it as long as it's still under the Sheriff's Department? So if we don't fix the Sheriff's Department first, then I'm definitely not for any new sales taxes or anything of the like. I know they're really the Sheriff's Office is really hot and bothered about getting this into the MAPS 4 program and trying to take care of the jail through the MAPS 4 program. But my question is,
and see, I hadn't heard that.
Can the sheriffs even maintain and run that jail? Can they? That's the question.
Well, as of right now, when you've got people that are able, you've got these inmates, they have all day long to do whatever they want to do. And so they stuff things down the toilet and they create a flood. And then you've got jailers and people that work for the Sheriff's Department that not only are dealing with black mold and all that comes with it, but they're dealing with raw sewage and it floods. And I mean, the people that work at the Sheriff's Office, not PD Taylor, people below PD Taylor, they're working in terrible conditions, and we need to be concerned about them.
Well, and the prisoners. You know, we have an unprecedented number of deaths at the Oklahoma County Jail. I think we're up to, what, 8 this year, maybe? 7 or 8?
Well, it's a new year now. So.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so I'll say in the last, 12 months. Then.
So right now the record is good. It's at 0. But, I mean, we're only 7 days into the new year.
Today is young, boys.
No deaths at the county jail. We did it.
Well, and those are Oklahomans. You know, those are our neighbors. Those are our brothers and sisters that are in there. Most of them are in there for failure to pay, court fines.
Yeah, we're not talking about the worst of the worst in the Oklahoma County Jail. Yes, there are some in there.
Yeah, Oklahoma's turned into a debtor's prison. And now they're putting these insurance cameras all over the place. This Swedish camera company is putting in these cameras to detect drivers that don't have insurance, and it's just going to mail you a ticket. And then you have to get insurance for 2 years.
That's another big can of worms that's been opened, because we've got people that have insurance that are getting tickets on cars they no longer own.
Yeah, if you're slow getting the registration changed, etc.
Or even, I mean, I was getting up until recently, and I finally sent a really nasty letter, but from Texas. I haven't been to Texas in 8 or 9 years, and I've been getting this this letter saying that I owe money on a car that I used to own that ran a toll. Okay, well, I don't own this car. I don't know how many times I need to tell you people I don't own this car and haven't owned this car, and I haven't been to Texas.
No victim, no crime. Period.
But yeah, these cameras are a little bit much. Although I am thinking we need to do something about these people driving around without car insurance.
And half the money goes back to this Swedish company.
What?
Goes out of the state. Yes,
what?
50% of the tickets.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez wants to make us like Sweden. So there you go.
We're going to talk about this.
All right, we're back right after this. The Tod Tucker Show is on the Eagle.
Call.
These are crazy. Social media is horrendous. Okay, so anyway, but mostly negative. Oklahoma taxpayers unite. Donald J. Trump is the greatest American president in modern history. I will lean towards the greatest president in my lifetime. Oklahoma taxpayers united. Thank you. Trump is the greatest president of my lifetime. I'll debate anyone on that. And then you bring home Americans from how many presidents have brought home Americans because they wanted to, not because they had to. That's what makes Trump great thus far.
Oklahoma has one of the worst rates of uninsured drivers in all of the country. But now the state will start using cameras to catch those driving without insurance. It starts November 1st with 5 cameras along busy highways in Tulsa and Oklahoma City. Eventually, there'll be at least 30 cameras statewide. On Oklahoma roads, 1 in 4 drivers don't carry auto insurance. But starting next week, in the first of its kind program in the country, cameras will identify those drivers by matching their driver's license number with a database of uninsured drivers.
We are able to plug into real time with insurance companies. So if you go get insurance with your insurance agent, we should know real time that you have insurance.
Drivers who don't have insurance will be fined $174 and will have to get insurance for at least 2 years or face criminal charges. You may be wondering, who's paying for this? We're told the cameras and their maintenance are paid for by a private company, a company that will get a percentage of the fines.
The state of Oklahoma will pay nothing to get that in place. This program is going to be paid for by the people that are violating the law, that are sending this money in.
But officials say the program will likely save Oklahomans money because insurance companies won't be forced to pay claims caused by uninsured drivers.
This should help those persons that are in compliance with the law have lower insurance rates from here on in.
Hey everybody, Tod Tucker here, and everyone who knows me knows I love to read a great book, and right now I'm reading this incredible novel by local author Richard Engel. All you have to do is go to LastAmericanPresident.com and say big right now in this book. The Last American President is a story about political intrigue, romance, betrayal set against the backdrop of the dissolution of the United States of America. It's great reading, and when you go to LastAmericanPresident.com, LastAmericanPresident.com, use the promo code OTU, you're going to save money. And not only that, but half the price comes back to OTU. So half the proceeds from this book come back so you can watch great programming like you see on the OTU Media Network every day. LastAmericanPresident.com. I highly recommend this book. Read it today.
Well, joining me is Captain Chris Kennedy, one of Jawad's defense lawyers. Thank you so much for being here. So talk about Jawad's state of mind right now. Fill us in on all the details that the rest of us don't know, but you as an insider have, you know, the first eyes and ears too.
Right. Well, when Mohammed Jawad was taken back to Afghanistan, no one really knew when he was going to be there, how he was going to be taken back. We as his attorneys tried to get back to meet with him, and the government cut our funding to go back, so we were able to send one attorney back, Eric Montalvo, basically to help facilitate his arrival through private funds. Once we got there, we realized that really Mohammed Jawad had a lot of catching up to do. You know, he hadn't had a proper education. He'd been in prison for 7 years. He was sent back to his home, which is a country at war.
There were reports that he was suicidal, that his state of mind was completely off. Is that true?
Right, and there actually was one prior suicide attempt whenever he was in detention several years ago. So he couldn't handle really being around other people. He was not able to really function and carry on a good conversation without having issues. So, I mean, he's used to being in confinement.
So moving forward, I mean, he says that he's going to sue the American government. What does that even mean, especially in Jawad's case, and what exactly is he suing for?
Well, the issue with suing the government, obviously, is damages for what entailed when he was in confinement. There are several detainees, I think, that are looking into suing the United States government for whatever abuse and so on and so forth. I think the difference with Mohammed Jawad is you actually have a case where it was litigated and the facts came out in judicial orders that he was, in fact, tortured. And I think, obviously, I won't be involved in the case being a member of the U.S. military, but I think that he has facts in his case which will really set him above and apart the other detainees.
Really quickly, so what is he hoping to get out of all of this if he is then successful?
Well, I think the deal with Mohammed Jawad is being able to live a successful life, whether it be through monetary damages or the ability to get an education, so on and so forth. He just wants to live a life just like the rest of us and be successful.
Thank you so much for being here and for your insight. This is a story that we will definitely be following here in Washington, D.C., but for now, I want to throw it back to you.
Thank you very much, Tina. That was Artis Dina Gusovsky, joined by Captain Christopher Cannon.
All right, let's get back to the news. We've got a few things going on here. The House Republicans had a group hug. We had a retreat a couple weeks ago. And in fact, I didn't know at the time they were in retreat, but on the way back from it, one of the legislators who I've gotten to know gave me a call, and he identified himself as a rhino. But he gave me certain assurances. He didn't really reveal anything confidential, but I could tell there was a different tone. He didn't really want to announce anything, but he said he thinks this will be a good session. It'll probably build some unity. And I read some more on it. Well, it come to find out, we had some really unique things happen. We had a speaker and majority leader who put back a party, and especially a caucus, that was so deeply splintered, especially after the primaries and runoff elections. And they decided, you know what, we've been a little bit lax and let things get out of hand. We let divisions fester. We look the other way. They're not going to do it anymore. They're expecting the Republican caucus members in the House that if you got a Republican colleague in office, you don't campaign for his opponents, period. Not for a Democrat, not for a fellow Republican. You stay out of it. Why? Because it makes it really hard to sit next to each other in caucus when you're trying to basically run the other guy out. And there's a lot of bitterness. Now, yes, this goes both ways. This also means if you're a platform caucus member and you don't like that rhino, they're saying, all you, just stay out of somebody else's race, all right? And two members of the platform caucus survived attempts to unseat them in the primary. Two firemen, platform co-chair Sean Roberts.
It's the Tod Tucker Show on 1640 The Eagle.
Tod Tucker here, 405-608-4377, 405-608-4377. Apparently, we were talking about Frosty's favorite topic, which is
sports balls.
And
Football.
you were talking about you follow the Cleveland Browns because
they're like an underdog story or something.
And who's their quarterback?
Baker Mayweather Field.
There you go.
He's the only like person I've ever known by name to play on a team because you made me learn who he was over and over and over again.
There was an article out over the weekend that he's got the smokingest hot girlfriend in the NFL.
I don't care.
Well, he does.
I don't care. Just throw footballs. That's all. That's it. Throw footballs well. That's all he's got to do. That's the only thing I care about right now.
We have smoking hot girlfriends, so.
Well, that's true. You do.
Yeah,
you guys
exactly.
do have smoking hot girlfriends, but I mean, you're not making multi-millions of dollars in the NFL. We're all just,
Why would you even have a girlfriend?
We're poor saps. Why would you have, if you were making millions of dollars in the NFL?
If I was making multi-millions of dollars and I was 21, 22 years old, why on earth would I have a girlfriend?
Because it's just kind of the thing
Never.
to do.
Never.
You wouldn't have a girlfriend?
Never.
What would you do? Just go from one to the other?
Yes, because I am a multi-millionaire. I would also record them all for consent purposes.
Interestingly enough, we were talking about Snoop Lion earlier. One thing I do respect about Snoop is he's been with his wife for, I think, like 40 years. Something like that.
Snoop Dogg has a wife?
Yep.
I didn't even know that.
How about that for him?
Good on him.
Never cheated.
I love Snoop Lion.
Yeah.
He's the MVP.
Okay, so we were talking, Frosty, you didn't know about these cameras that are going around busting people?
Right, so apparently we're getting all these like insurance cameras that their only job is to like watch streets and take down every license plate they see.
Well, and repo companies are using them now too. Have you seen those trucks that go around with the big, look like a big satellite thing on top?
Mm-mm. I haven't seen them.
Okay, well, basically what they do is they go out and they hunt for repos. And these insurance cameras will not only tag you when you're on the road, but let's say you're parked someplace, like let's say you go to TGI Fridays for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
They can come through there, record that you don't have car insurance, and send you a ticket in the mail. Do you think that that's a violation? I mean, do you think that's a violation of our? Do you think that's a little bit too big government?
I don't know. That is goofy, but like at the same time, like it's repo cars. So
no, I'm talking about insurance right now.
Insurance is a little nutty.
Well, now the thought process is 25% of Oklahoma drivers that are on the road are uninsured.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the statement that they're making, what they're pitching this as is this will help drivers in compliance with the law because insurance companies will be able to lower their premiums.
The day that an insurance company lowers my premium is the day that I'm going to stand up on the roof naked and start singing the national anthem.
Yeah, it'll be great when they drop it by $25 and then a hailstorm rolls through, and then the next year it's up by $100. Like it doesn't change much.
Well, actually, hailstorms are comprehensive insurance. So.
Right, but they add insurance to everybody the next year.
Yeah, totally different metric though. Separate from collision.
Well, I mean, if their metric for the first one is that if more people are insured, your rates go down, wouldn't that be the same as comprehensive, where everyone gets damaged, so the rates go up?
If you have full coverage.
Right.
This will likely mostly only encourage people to get the state minimum required insurance.
Right, and it'll show that you've got liability insurance, and that's that.
But if you do have full coverage insurance and you happen to have any hail damage on your car, log into WeFixHailFree.com.
Yeah, there's your plug. WeFixHailFree.com. But no, I mean it's weird. It's goofy. Like it doesn't make that much sense. Like I get where they're coming from, but I personally think I'm getting to the point in my life as I get older that insurance is a scam.
Oh, you just now feel I knew that when I was 12.
Yeah, I hate it. Insurance is a scam. I hate it. It's all the worst.
Pay your premiums all year long, and if nothing happens, do they give you anything back?
No.
Nope.
I want a rebate.
In fact, if something happens to my neighbor, let's say the tree falls on my neighbor's house, my insurance is going to go up as well.
Well, I believe if you get caught by one of these cameras, another stipulation is you have to get insurance for 2 years or face criminal charges.
Oh, that's great.
Insurance for 2 years or face criminal charges?
Yep.
What criminal charges are they going to put you on? Just it's a ticket. Driving without insurance is a ticket.
Listen, I don't know how they're going to do it, but if they want to, they will definitely do it.
That's ludicrous. Like, we don't have enough people in the jail.
And the fact that half of the money from the tickets.
Are you sure that's not fake news?
Out of state to Sweden. No, it's a Swedish camera company. Look it up.
Is that okay? Mm-hmm. I'll Google this, but that does sound like fake news. So give me the high and low of it. So like what's the relationship here?
Well, it's going to be like 30 cameras, and they're also spinning this somehow that it's a great thing that the only people paying for the system are going to be the ones that are breaking the rules, because the company that's doing all of this, they are paying to put all these cameras in and do all of this. So they will recoup the money from offenders, and it won't cost taxpayers or the Oklahoma government or anything like that any money.
Just people who are driving without insurance.
Yes, just Oklahomans.
Man, I hope your insurance doesn't lapse for a few days and then you get a $500 ticket.
Yeah, this was a very short-sighted and Orwellian decision, and I don't know how this made it through the inner workings of our state legislature, but we need to take care of this.
I don't know how it happened either, because all of a sudden I just heard, okay, we've got these new cameras. I didn't hear it being debated in the legislature. I didn't see anything about it. I had no idea.
And I know that overwhelmingly the people of Oklahoma will take one look at this story and go, H to the no.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we didn't get a chance to vote on this.
Nope.
Well, I mean, you should have car insurance. That's the end of story. But I don't think that, I mean, I just don't like the whole camera idea, spying. It's just, as you said, Orwellian. Very freaky.
Yeah, what are they going to use it for next?
Good question. You think you have privacy, but you really don't. Unreal. Okay, we're going to take a break.
Yeah, I got
phone number
405-608-4377,
405-608-4377. The Tod Tucker Show is on 1640, the Eagle, KZLS. We're back right after this.
Oklahoma has one of the worst rates of uninsured drivers in all of the country. But now the state will start using cameras to catch those driving without insurance. It starts November 1st with 5 cameras along busy highways in Tulsa and Oklahoma City. Eventually, there'll be at least 30 cameras statewide. On Oklahoma roads, 1 in 4 drivers don't carry auto insurance. But starting next week, in the first of its kind program in the country, cameras will identify those drivers by matching their driver's license number with a database of uninsured drivers.
We are able to plug into real time with insurance companies. So if you go get insurance with your insurance agent, we should know real time that you have insurance.
Drivers who don't have insurance will be fined $174 and will have to get insurance for at least 2 years or face criminal charges. You may be wondering who's paying for this. We're told the cameras and their maintenance are paid for by a private company, a company that will get a percentage of the fines.
The state of Oklahoma will pay nothing to get that in place. This program is going to be paid for by the people that are violating the law, that are sending this money in.
But officials say the program will likely save Oklahomans money because insurance companies won't be forced to pay claims caused by uninsured drivers.
This should help those persons that are in compliance with the law have lower insurance rates from here on in.
Hey everybody, Tod Tucker here, and everyone who knows me knows I love to read a great book, and right now I'm reading this incredible novel by local author Richard Engel. All you have to do is go to lastamericanpresident.com and say big right now in this book. The Last American President is a story about political intrigue, romance, betrayal set against the backdrop of the dissolution of the United States of America. It's great reading, and when you go to lastamericanpresident.com, lastamericanpresident.com, use the promo code OTU, you're going to save money. And not only that, but half the price comes back to OTU. So half the proceeds from this book come back so you can watch great programming like you see on the OTU Media Network every day. LastAmericanPresident.com. I highly recommend this book. Read it today.
Lawmakers had about $7.6 billion to work with this fiscal year, but now the state is projecting Oklahoma will have $8.2 billion to work with next year. So the question remains, how will lawmakers spend that extra $612 million?
This is not a blank check. This is not something that you can just come in and say, hey, how can we fund our different pet projects?
Governor-elect Kevin Stitt urged caution as he's getting ready to put together his first budget.
Good morning, everybody.
At Wednesday's Board of Equalization meeting, state leaders touted a strong U.S. economy as well as higher tax collections from the oil and gas industry after lawmakers changed the gross production tax from 2% to 5%.
Obviously, if commodity prices go down, that's the reason we need to have a very tight savings plan.
We want to reduce class sizes, so that's where our focus is going to be.
Superintendent Joy Hoffmeister will be asking for a $3.3 billion budget, more than $400 million more than Common Education had last year. When asked about the possibility of teacher pay raises,
it could be, but our focus is going to be on ensuring we have more operational dollars into the classroom.
At the state capitol, Brett Bagansky, KOCO 5 News.
Welcome back to Tod Tucker Show is on 1640 The Eagle, 405-608-4377, 405-608-4377.
Trailed off a little bit there.
What are you laughing at?
It just lost it for a second there.
We were talking about the Oklahoma County Sheriff's badges earlier, and I was just looking.
Are they big? Are they large and in charge?
They're pretty large and pretty in charge.
They've got new ones. I was talking about the old ones.
Oh, you were talking about the old badges.
Yeah.
The ones that we had during P.D. Taylor's time. I mean, during Wetzel's time.
Yeah, way back when, in the before times of the long agos. I'm still stuck on this insurance thing. I already refuse to put the DriveWise app on my phone. Now it
doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, they're just going to watch me anyway.
They're going to watch you anyway. You know, I had somebody that I know that refused to get a Pike Pass because he said they're able to track where you go all the time. So he didn't want to have a Pike. This was back several years ago. Well, heck, fire. They can tell anyway. Even if you put change in there, they've got cameras there that can take a picture of your tag.
Yep. They know where you've been sleeping.
There's absolutely no privacy whatsoever.
But there's also no way for them to know who's driving the car even.
That's true.
That's why Todd gets ticket notices from Texas. They don't know who's driving the car.
They have no idea. It's a car that I haven't had in fact, the same person got a parking ticket in Norman. I had to call the city of Norman and say, I haven't owned that car in months. And they said, oh, okay. And they fixed it. But this ticket in Texas has continued now for, as recent as 2 months ago, I had to send, and I just didn't even open the thing. I just put, I have not been to Texas in however many years it's been since I've been to Texas. And I haven't heard back yet. But it's somebody that bought the car that I had, which means why? I think they ought to have to change the entire license plate. They shouldn't keep the same tag.
Well, you should update the registry once you sell the car, right?
Well, it was, but the tag for some reason still showed it was in my name.
Well, I'm not sure what all that's about, but like as a big thing and just as a normal thing of car ownership, if you're selling the car, you need to go with them to the tag agency and put your name over because if they do anything in that car.
My car was traded
to like a dealership.
Yeah, when I bought my Maxima, it was the Altima was traded.
What we need to do is get rid of these Orwellian insurance cameras. It's what we need to do. It's like that giant metal bird over I-40. They're saying it needs like $300,000 in maintenance or something like that already.
The big scissor tail.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a bird?
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
I know, it doesn't look like
Is that what that is? Has it been a bird the whole time?
Yes.
I thought it was just like I don't know, like a Tower de France or something.
Like give somebody $300,000 to tear that mother down.
I mean, it's cool. It's like art, but I had no idea it was a scissor tail. It must be abstract.
When I first moved back to Oklahoma almost 6 years ago, and I saw that thing, I thought, I asked, what is that thing? Oh, I don't know. Well,
man, has it been up that long? Jeez.
Yeah, it's been up quite a while now. It needs how much money in maintenance?
They built that before they fixed the road, didn't they?
Don't quote me on this. Bobby Cleveland gives me a lot of credit, but I don't know everything. I think I heard 300,000 ish.
I mean,
no, they didn't. They fixed the road because that's the new I-40, so it's over the new I-40.
Right, but it was there before the new I-40.
No. It's over the I-40, the new I-40. So it was not up before because there was no I-40 there.
Yeah, but there were like 2 lanes for the longest time once they kicked that in, and then they
were still. You're saying they finished it before they finished the construction,
right? We were rolling on like 2 lanes all the way through there forever. Well, while the scissor tail was up, and then they finally like, oh hey, look,
Oklahoma government at its best.
Well, I don't know, like
at its finest.
I remember that being there before the highway was done. Like I just remember that. It's like, oh, they put in the thing, and I didn't even know. Never knew it was a scissor tail.
Oklahoma state government at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and and the problems that we have with our state government go all the way down to the local levels. Also, it's like with the medical marijuana stuff passing with 788. Even now, you have I think Grove City. Our legislators are having to make trips out to advise the cities not to force residents to register home grows and things like that, like they're sex offenders. It's ridiculous. And you know, the medical marijuana authority that they decided to come up with after look, we put it to the people. The people voted on 788. You can tell us that we don't know what we're voting for if you want, but we're not buying that. Like, we didn't ban smokable cannabis. We didn't vote to have a pharmacist in dispensaries 40 hours a week. But over the top of the will of people, our government decided to come in and assert its authority, contrary to our wills and desires.
The hell does a pharmacist know about weed anyway?
The reason that the medical board was trying to get that passed was to drive all of the small dispensaries that can't afford to pay a pharmacist out of business.
I mean, it's like literal,
to make room for the big boys.
Literal homeopathic medicine, like as homeopathic as you get. Like, you're literally getting a plant fresh out of the ground and putting it in things. Like, there's nothing else to it.
Now, David Van Rissingham at Sooner Politics did break a story last week about a very prominent marijuana activist here in Oklahoma, Chris Moe, Uncle Grumpy. And we need to get Uncle Grumpy in when we can, because he has been bringing to light some issues with Oklahoma growers or those that are licensed as growers, selling more marijuana than they planted in the ground. Some of them have not even set a single pot, and they're selling hundreds of pounds of marijuana of out-of-state marijuana.
No pun intended.
Yeah. So, and Chris and Uncle Grumpy's been getting a lot of threats over bringing this stuff to light, but he understands how the state can use things like that as an excuse to regain all of the authority over this that we've just won by a massive effort in the state of Oklahoma by people. And we got the most liberal marijuana laws in the entire country passed, but we're going to screw it up if we don't do it the right way and police our own.
Right.
Boy, isn't that funny that Texas, everybody talks about Texas, and Oklahoma got medical marijuana before Texas, and gays were able to get married before Texas. I mean, who would have ever thought that Oklahoma would beat Texas at anything?
You know what else?
Football?
You know what else we're beating Texas at? Not having flyovers on every single intersection and making the whole place just.
Oh, those are coming.
I hate flyovers.
Those are coming.
Where I hate flyovers.
It's a must.
Never
whoever invented the clover leaf was a real genius.
Never going back to Texas.
You're never going back. You've got to. You're going to have in-laws there.
I never want to go back. Did I ever tell you about my San Antonio trip, Moto?
Oh, I heard about it.
It was awful.
Yes, I heard.
Worst place.
Remember, even when I'm not in studio, I'm hanging out with you for 4 hours every morning.
Worst. So, Frosty, why was Texas so bad? Why was your trip to San Antonio is a great city. It's a great place to vacation. Why did you hate it so much?
Bad service at everything in San Antonio has bad service for one. I would not I even went to church and church had bad service. Like, it is bad service in San Antonio. Number two, flyovers. Flyovers are the worst thing on the planet. They give me anxiety, and the cars are going to fall off them one of these days, okay? Flyovers are awful. Three,
I didn't realize San Antonio had flyovers.
They do. I want to say no one in San Antonio knows how to drive, but that's a lie. They know how to drive. They just do it badly on purpose because you can't get anywhere without zipping out in front of people and doing 70 miles per hour everywhere you go.
That's coming here as well.
You know, Elon Musk is a genius. He thinks that tunnels are a way better idea than flyovers. He thinks you could stack 10 lanes on top of each other into the subterranean and make it really easy.
I'm too claustrophobic for that.
Here's the thing, though. I'm down for that just because, like, you're not driving your car in the tunnels. You're riding a machine. You're riding a platform.
No. You're driving your car through the tunnel. They're just tunnels.
The last one he did, whenever he was pushing the boring machine and the boring company, like, his big thing was, like, you would go up and you'd fall, like, stop on a platform, and then, like, it would
that's the one I saw.
It would activate and then take you down, and it'd be like on
you're in your car.
Well, I know they've started in Los Angeles, I believe. They've started building a tunnel, and I don't know if it's still an automated platform, because that seems hazardous to me there. I overcomplicated.
You're in your car.
Why not just make a tunnel that you can drive through?
Well, this doesn't drive, it's automated.
Yeah.
The one that I saw was automated. In fact, there was somebody, I'm trying to think of who it was. It was somebody, a journalist recently, or somebody, it was Gail King or somebody that went down and rode. They were in a car, they go up, they get on this platform, the platform goes down, and then they zip along.
Like a ferry.
Right. And it's automated for that. Now, personally, I like that better than just, if you're going to have 10 stacked lanes of stuff down here, people doing stuff, I would rather it be an automated platform than 10 rows of cars trying to
I'm too claustrophobic, man. I couldn't handle that. I'll do the flyover any day.
Well, but the idea is that instead of where normally on a two-dimensional surface like a road, the space it takes to put 10 cars, you can do it in one car's space. So you could have 10 times the amount of traffic and have the same amount of traffic congestion that you have now on that.
I don't want to be buried till I'm dead.
They do have a lot of what do you call it? They do have a lot of shaky shakes. What is it called? Like where the earthquakes.
I'm just ready. I'm ready for the flying cars. That's what I'm ready for. I'm ready for the George Jetsons.
You can buy a flying car right now. It only costs like $600,000.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll go out and buy one today.
Yeah, they just released.
Jeez, I had no idea. The down payment must be really.
Now that I think about it, we need to get a hold of Elon Musk. Land around here is a lot cheaper than LA. He should come and build his tunnels here.
Agreed.
Hey, the $600,000 flying cars throw down payments for 84,000 months.
84. You keep paying on this till you're 93. You're just leasing it.
405-608-4377. 405-608-4377. We're back with the Tod Tucker Show right after this. Don't move.
In the summer of 2018, despite a fierce and well-financed opposition, the state of Oklahoma passed State Question 788, giving the citizens the most open medical marijuana system in the U.S.
The people of Oklahoma spoke last night, and they said they wanted medical marijuana.
Critics tried to frame 788 as being too loosely written, pointing to the bill's lack of qualifying conditions. Proponents countered that the bill would allow maximum access to the widest range of patients. State Question 788 passed by more than 13 points. My friends call me Grumpy. I'm a citizen lobbyist on the front lines of the cannabis revolution in the great state of Oklahoma. I represent not only the 507,000 individuals that voted for medical cannabis, but my fellow citizens who need this medicine. Join us as we travel the state to meet with politicians, activists, business owners, but most importantly, patients.
The Canadian County Republican Party says they weren't surprised to have pushback on a first draft letter to lawmakers, now tweaked and finalized before they return to session. In their words, it's a conversation that needs to be had.
When it violates life, liberty, or property, I have to stand up as an elected official in the party and say our government is getting it wrong.
Andrew Lopez, speaking as chairman of the Canadian County Republican Party, the group behind this letter addressing issues like abortion, property tax, and educational funding. Its original draft stating in part, quote, a better pathway would be to abolish public education, which is not a proper role of government. That exact language no longer in its final version.
We charge property tax to the citizens, and if you do not pay, you lose your property. That means we have zero property rights. It means we're renters in the state of Oklahoma. And that's why we need to eliminate the property tax. Not saying that public education will go away, but we need to find a proper way to fund it if it shall exist.
Ways, he says, like endowments and sponsorships. The group also suggesting legislation would require school districts to direct at least 65% of their annual spend to the classroom.
Really, you need to take that in context and look big picture across the nation. There aren't states that are spending 65% in the classroom.
Sean Heim with the Oklahoma State School Boards Association says that ask is not just vague, but it's been brought up in the past.
It didn't get any traction nationally or in Oklahoma because it's an arbitrary number with no real definition. You have local school boards looking at what they need, and the idea of spending, quote, 65% or 60% or a number in the classroom means what are you going to eliminate? Are you going to eliminate counselors, teacher assistants, assistant principals?
What we're pushing for is to challenge the idea that we just keep pouring money into education without getting down to the finer details and saying, okay, where is this money going? Why isn't education improving?
Moving forward, all parties involved are asking the hard questions.
And how do we improve education in Oklahoma? How do we work with Governor Stitt on his goal to be top 10 in education, for our teachers to be #1 in the region?
At the state capitol, Lily Zhang, Oklahoma's News 4.
That's why the CDC recommends safer alternatives, like physical therapy, to manage pain. Physical therapists treat pain through movement, hands-on care, and patient education. No warning labels required. And by increasing physical activity, you can also reduce your risk of other chronic diseases. Pain is personal, but treating pain takes teamwork. When it comes to your health, you have a choice. Choose more movement and better health. Choose physical therapy. Visit moveforwardpt.com to find a physical therapist in your area. This message is brought to you by the American Physical Therapy Association.
Life is full of bittersweet transitions. It's difficult to know how these changes will impact us over time. For some people, difficult transitions like retirement, divorce, or loss of a loved one can hit harder than expected and may contribute to feelings of hopelessness or even thoughts of suicide. The risk of suicide is even higher for men over 50 who served our country. Guys like me. That's why support from friends and family makes such a big difference. Every day, your actions could help save a life. Together, we got this. Learn how you can help save a life at veteranscrisisline.net.
NHL star Matt Martin for American Humane.
I've had my fair share of bruises and injuries. But for many who put their lives on the line every day, it's not always the injuries you can see that hurt the most. Every single day, 184 veterans are diagnosed with post-traumatic stress. When medications and therapy don't help, professionally trained service dogs can. American Humane has created a free guide to help veterans obtain these life-saving animals. For help.
So apparently there's this teacher in Oklahoma or someplace not far away that fed a puppy to a snapping turtle.
How?
And he's not going to face criminal charges.
I wonder if he needs more puppies.
No, I think he needs to. I think he needs to be shot.
That's brutal.
That's terrible. I don't even joke about that.
I know. That's why it's funny.
No, it's not funny.
It's hysterical.
Pisses me off.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I got words for him. I can't say them on the air right now. I'd like to, you know what? I bet he's got something the snapping turtle might like. Let you use your imagination. See how he likes that.
You're just too, like, animal rightsy. It's just too much.
Too animal rightsy?
Too much.
Because I think feeding a puppy to a snapping turtle is a bad thing?
I mean, it's a bit much, but you gotta take a load off, man. Take the edge off. Everything can't be the worst thing on the planet.
Not in this lifetime, Podna, but it is Frosty Scope time.
Are
Why do you always sigh when it's Frosty Scope time? It's almost like it's a chore. It's like,
Reading the stars is tough, Todd, okay?
Okay, it's a tough job. Somebody's got to do it.
Exactly.
All right. Get in the zone, the Frosty zone.
I'm moving my arms from forward to backward. All right, we're in the zone. Just as a disclaimer, today is the day to get busy from everybody. Not get busy like at work, get busy at home in bed.
Ow!
Yes, very much so.
Mm.
Aries.
I like French fried potatoes. Mm-hmm.
Love, sex, and romance are on your mind today, Aries. So you will want to spend as much time as possible with your lover. You could also grow closer to your friends, resulting in a powerful feeling of unity, also called swingers. Taurus. Close relationships should grow closer today, and new relationships should become close ones. You're likely to feel extremely warm and loving towards most of the people you know, and they should reciprocate that feeling. Romantic relationships especially could grow more intimate and physical.
We can tell that's not my sign.
Yeah, Taurus, go get out of the friend zone. Gemini, you're crazy. Relations with family or other members of your household should be especially warm now. Mutual goals and shared wins and losses are likely to bring you closer. You probably won't spend much of your day alone. Make the most of it. Gemini, you're going to go, I don't know what Gemini's up to today. It's just anything.
We'll find out.
Cancer. You should feel loving today towards just about anyone you like and respect.
Because you're a crab.
Clear communication with friends, family, and children should enhance your understanding of them and vice versa. Okay. Cancer, just hang out with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Leo. Powerful feelings of love swell up today, particularly towards family members. Communication between you and those you love is likely to be heightened.
You're going to get a puppy.
Leo, as you learn to speak your mind while not being too blunt. So apparently I need to not be blunt, and we're not getting a dog. Moto, don't you tell her we're getting a dog anymore, all right? Virgo. Messages from close friends expressing their love and admiration for you may seem to arrive out of the blue. Your accomplishments over the past few weeks have caused them to see you in a new light. Today, you will experience the full force of their feelings. Virgo just has a few secret admirers, I guess.
That's me.
You're a Virgo?
Yep.
Do you have secret admirers?
Plenty.
Oh, Lordy.
I call them haters.
Okay.
Libra. You're always one to face things logically. And today, you turn that logic along with your intuition towards reassessing some of your values. Your judgment is especially acute, and many decisions you make or any new avenues you want to explore are likely to be just what you need right now. Libra, the world is your oyster. Go jump in it. Scorpio, you're likely to feel especially friendly and outgoing today. People you meet, particularly through groups, are likely to be strongly attracted to you. Friendships, partnerships, and romantic relationships should continue to grow closer, enhanced by your high level of communication. Hey, baby, you want to come home tonight? That's all they got to do. It just kicks in.
It's that easy.
High-level communication.
Must be nice.
Sagittarius, you should be in a warm and romantic mood today. You will want to schedule an intimate meeting with your partner, but you probably won't feel like staying in. You desire an evening out, perhaps to a restaurant, concert, or play. Sagittarius, you're going to go out and spend some money tonight. Have fun. Capricorn, the mutual exploration of spiritual and intellectual ideas should bring you closer to friends and lovers. That's a mouthful. Fascinating discussions open new horizons to all participants. Hey, baby, you wanna try this tonight?
Uh-huh. Let's have a bunch of people over.
You may be overcome by strong feelings of unity. Aquarius, you feel especially sexy right now. A powerful feeling of love and a need to physically express it could be with you all day. Thanks, Bob Tucker. If you're involved, you want to spend a romantic evening with your lover. If you aren't, you could channel the energy into creative activities, or maybe just watch a rom-com or two. These are all valid things. And finally, Pisces.
This one's mine.
Most important. Close relationships could lead to a feeling of spiritual unity today. In fact, Pisces, you might feel as if those who share your interests are actually your family now. If you're involved, expect to experience warm and passionate feelings towards your partner. So, go find a partner, Todd.
I have one. It's called a TV.
There you go. It's also called the babysitter.
Mm-hmm.
And those are Frosty Scopes. It takes a lot of energy to read the stars, but we do it for you.
Every day.
Every damn day.
Couple of times a day. To make sure that if you missed it the first time, you don't miss it the second time.
That's it.
Something like that.
This is just the get busy day, man. Like everyone needs to be out there, I don't know, humping something.
Sounds like a big romantic day.
It is. Romantic, physical, intimate.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Etc.
Love is in the air.
Yeah, Frosty Scopes here on the Tod Tucker Show on 16. Moto's doing his best to be a singer.
Yeah, he's working on it.
He's trying. Got to give him an A for effort.
That's it.
Okay, thank you. The Tod Tucker Show is on. We're back right after this.
Hey everybody, Tod Tucker here, and everyone who knows me knows I love to read a great book, and right now I'm reading this incredible novel by local author Richard Engel. All you have to do is go to LastAmericanPresident.com and say big right now on this book. The Last American President is a story about political intrigue, romance, betrayal set against the backdrop of the dissolution of the United States of America. It's great reading, and when you go to LastAmericanPresident.com, LastAmericanPresident.com, use the promo code OTU, you're going to save money. And not only that, but half the price comes back to OTU. So half the proceeds from this book come back so you can watch great programming like you see on the OTU Media Network every day. LastAmericanPresident.com. I highly recommend this book. Read it today.
Introducing all new, safe, natural relief. A cannabinoid-rich, clarity and focus formula with 17 essential supplements. When it matters most, you've got a job to do. Anxiety isn't an option. Programmed to keep you moving. A product exclusively manufactured for Active Duty RX by Cantech Labs.
Over 20 years ago, Alex Jones created the media platform called InfoWars, and in the decades since, it's grown into a truly remarkable institution with over 200 radio affiliates, tens of millions of unique website visitors monthly, and a 24/7 live news TV channel broadcasting from state-of-the-art studios in Austin, Texas. InfoWars has become the most trusted independent news source in the country, dedicated to delivering breaking news, live coverage of special events, and exclusive reports you won't find anywhere else. While the old guard media struggles to maintain supremacy in a landscape rocked by innovation and technology, InfoWars has been at the forefront of the information revolution. From 8 million radio listeners, over 2 million YouTube subscribers, or the billions of views of our online content, InfoWars proves dominant in every facet of media we enter. For the hardest-hitting reports, uncompromising analysis, for high-profile interviews and bombshell revelations, accept no substitutes. Demand truth. Demand InfoWars. InfoWars. Tomorrow's news today.
This is undoubtedly the most important broadcast
Can
we've
I go
ever
on a
done.
rant for a second?
Get at it.
My sister ordered me Hickory Farms pack. Have you ever had stuff from Hickory Farms?
Hickory Farms remembers.
Love that stuff, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So she orders me Hickory Farms for Christmas. It's January 7th, still haven't gotten it.
You know, I had a similar thing happen. I had a coworker here order me a shirt for Christmas that has a little snowflake on it, like my Frosty shirt.
I saw it. Yeah.
And I still haven't gotten it yet.
It's still not here?
And it's still not here yet.
Okay. But this Hickory Farms thing, I've been waiting on it. Okay. So we had the OU game, didn't have it. We had New Year's Eve, didn't have it. And I'm sitting here going, where's my Hickory Farms?
It's the Russians.
Well, it was sent to the old address, and the people at the old address sent it back rather than having the common courtesy to say, hey, because I left them a note saying I got a package that's supposed to come. So it got sent back.
By like a neighbor?
No, it was the old place where I used to live. Okay, so then, so my sister's been trying to track it down. They said, okay, we'll get it sent out. Well, because of the snow last week, they said it got delayed. Okay, it didn't snow that much, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I understand that it snowed enough that we closed every school in the vicinity of Oklahoma, but I just had to go off for a second because I want my Hickory Farms.
Oh, it did also snow enough here and in Lawton that there was a big group of soldiers that were stuck out at Will Rogers Airport.
Saw that.
And our very own Adrian Otap from Epluberus Otap took it upon himself to gather donations and take chow out to those soldiers. So.
The mayor went out there. Mayor Holt did. Also, I got to say, can I give, and he's going to be on the show this week. So can I give our extremely tall mayor some kudos here for a second? He went out with the sand trucks the other night, did a ride along to see what it's like. He went out to see the troops at Will Rogers. They were trying to get to Fort Sill. He's ridden along with police and fire. I mean, this guy is very, very engaged in our city and what's going on here, and I like that.
Comes on the Tod Tucker radio show.
What's that?
I said he comes on the
Todd Tucker radio show. I mean, but the mayor is, I mean, he just does an amazing job. He doesn't just, it's not like he's elected and you never see him. You see him all the time. Anytime something happens, he was even there when PG-13 came into the airport when we first got Paul George for the Thunder. I mean, our mayor is just, he's very, very engaged, and I just want to give him some props for that. He's just an incredible guy. I mean, we've been friends for a long time, but I mean, everybody knows that sometimes I'll criticize whether I'm friends with you or not if I see the need to. But when I've got reason to praise you, I'm going to praise you. And David Holt, you're doing a great job as mayor. And I was really impressed because David could have been home with his family on that snowy night, but he was out to see exactly what goes on when the roads start to become slick and hazardous, and we're going to see more this year. Winter's far from over, and I was very, very impressed with seeing him out there. And then also when I saw him out at Will Rogers World Airport, he went out to see the troops. I thought that was just a really, really good thing for him to do. Says a lot about Oklahoma City and the guy that we've got representing us there. Not to mention the fact that he's about 7 feet taller than I am, but that's a whole different conversation as well. Frosty's seen the pictures. You've seen the pictures. We've got a picture of David and me, and I'm looking up, and this is not, I mean, you need a step ladder to talk to David. If you want to speak with the mayor eye to eye, get a step ladder. Because he's a tall one.
He's a very large man.
By the way, he needs your suggestions for the Maps 4 project. So
he does want suggestions.
Go on to the Oklahoma City
light rail.
I second that.
I want to go to Norman. I want to take a rail from Midwest City to
Midwest City to Yukon and to downtown, and just think about Edmond down to.
I want to get rid of my car. I want to do something to get rid of my car.
Please call Elon Musk and tell him we want tunnels.
No, I'm not for the tunnel thing, man. I don't want to be buried till I'm dead.
Whatever. We don't have that many earthquakes anymore.
Can we suggest taking down the scissor tail? Is that a suggestion?
No, that's here to stay.
That's never going to go down.
Yeah, no, that's ours. It just needs a little bit of maintenance.
You're gonna have to live with the scissor tail, man. It's not going anywhere.
We just got to keep them pylons greased.
That's it, man. But way to go, David Holt. You're doing a great job, Mr. Mayor, and we look forward to having you on the show. I believe it's Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember which.
It's probably going to be Thursday. He's a Thursday kind of guy.
Yeah, usually it's Thursday. So Mayor David Holt here on the Tod Tucker Show. We're back right after this. Our phone number, 405-608-4377. This is 1640, The Eagle, KZLS.
Over 20 years ago, Alex Jones created the media platform called InfoWars, and in the decade since, it's grown into a truly remarkable institution with over 200 radio affiliates, tens of millions of unique website visitors monthly, and a 24/7 live news TV channel broadcasting from state-of-the-art studios in Austin, Texas. InfoWars has become the most trusted independent news source in the country, dedicated to delivering breaking news, live coverage of special events, and exclusive reports you won't find anywhere else. While the old guard media struggles to maintain supremacy in a landscape rocked by innovation and technology, InfoWars has been at the forefront of the information revolution. From 8 million radio listeners, over 2 million YouTube subscribers, or the billions of views of our online content, InfoWars proves dominant in every facet of media we enter. For the hardest-hitting reports, uncompromising analysis, for high-profile interviews and bombshell revelations, accept no substitutes. Demand truth. Demand InfoWars. InfoWars. Tomorrow's news today.
This is undoubtedly the most important broadcast we've ever done.
Be your path to a fulfilling career. You have a calling, we have an answer. Find your way at todaysmilitary.com.
Death row inmate in Nevada dies. You're like, well, good. He was on death row. Well, here's the problem.
The skinny?
He died at his own hand. He was I guess, set for lethal injection, and it was stayed twice. And so he took some sheets and did the old hanging.
He's a man of action. Was a man of action.
So I guess the state of Nevada has now saved money on the drug cocktail that they would have had to have spent money on to execute him. So
I feel like that's the wrong attitude.
Really?
I feel like a man committing suicide in jail is not super happy time.
I don't know. I don't think that probably whoever he cared, I don't think their family had been dealing with real super happy time either.
He also could have been framed. That's happened more than once.
We've stopped executions in the state of Oklahoma until we get the drug cocktail right, because apparently there was an execution that was botched. But the guy died. How's it botched? He was supposed to die. Oh, but Todd, we've got to be very, we're a nation of, we're supposed to care about people. And this guy probably suffered. Well, so did the 2-year-old that he raped and buried alive.
He probably watched Bird Box.
That would be enough to make somebody apparently want to go to death row, from what I understand from hearing you guys talk about it.
Here, before we go for the day, I want everyone to know there is a thing called the Bird Box Challenge. Yes. I found this earlier. We were talking about it. People just put on a blindfold and go about their daily lives. And
are you serious?
Netflix put out a warning telling people to stop because it's dangerous, because more than one person has fallen downstairs. Yes, it's very bad. It's a bad thing. But like,
can I just reenact this for a second? Okay,
sure.
Just hold on for a second.
All right.
Oh, you watched Bird Box, didn't you? Sorry, I couldn't resist.
You're so clever. You're so clever, Todd.
Anyway, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like they're just going about their daily lives with a blindfold on and falling downstairs and driving cars and etc.
That's actually the challenge.
They're driving to drive cars?
Yeah, they do it in there. They just do it off of the GPS.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Are people really that stupid? Have we really come to that?
Netflix issued a warning.
That was another thing in the movie too. They're driving around with the windows blacked out.
Yeah, they're blacked out.
They're
they're just going off the GPS.
Using the proximity sensors on the car. I'm like, what kind of product placement propaganda for this vehicle?
You just alerted Alexa to something. What? We didn't even say her name.
No, I think somebody's telling about it's 9:59.
Here's a reminder. Good job, guys. Thank you.
It reminded us, good job, guys. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, boss.
You rock, Alexa. Go ahead and give us the...
Okay, God bless you. God bless America. God bless Oklahoma. Remember, the heart of the wise inclines to the right, the heart of the fool to the left. Ecclesiastes 10:2. We'll see you back tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock sharp.
And we love you.
Te quiero mucho.